Hello everyone, welcome to this match of Seven Wonders Duel between Arrigo II and Zeus AI. We have okay, we had some audio issue, but everything is resolved now. I have with me Francesco.
Hello.
Sasha.
Hi.
Then we have Lorenzo, also part of the team.
Hi everyone.
And Arrigo himself, who will be playing
everybody.
our AI. Thank you for joining us. So we have trained an AI system with deep reinforcement learning to learn and play the board game of Seven Wonders Duel. And today we are very excited to have one of the best players in the world joining us in this best of 5 match. And I think now I can give the word to Sasha, who will tell us a little bit about the game.
Okay, so Seven Wonders Duel is a two-player variant of the famous game Seven Wonders, but the gameplay is rather different with respect to the original one. So this is a card drafting game, but there's a board, cards are on some board, and only some of them are available at every moment, and the players have to draft one of them a turn. They take one card every turn, and in doing so, they uncover and unlock some other cards that were not available before. There are several ways to win the game. They can win the game by scoring points, but they have to be aware of two other possible win conditions, which are military victory and scientific victory, that can be achieved by collecting a significant amount of either military tokens, the shield tokens, or scientific symbols. And similarly to regular Seven Wonders, the players also have to collect resources. There's only 3 basic resources in this game: wood, clay, and stone, and 2 advanced resources, papyrus and glass. And collecting resources allow them to play cards. They can buy resources if they don't have them available on their board, and they can get money by selling cards rather than building them. And it's a very complicated system. Like, they have to balance out what resources to take, when to take points, when to advance on the military track or the scientific, or to get some scientific symbol. And they can also build their wonders that they're drafted at the beginning of the game. There's some special cards that are assigned at the beginning that have special powers that can fundamentally alter the course of the game. That's pretty much it. We will go more into details during the game. We will explain what's going on, but I guess most of our audience is familiar with the game itself, so we'll not deal too deep on that. Now Francesco can tell us a little bit about the rules.
To organize the match, so we've set it up as a best of 5 games. So each game is not especially long. There is a time limit. There are 15 minutes per player with no time increment. There will be between 3 and 5 matches. So as in chess, even more so than in chess, there is an advantage for the first player. So this will be done in such a way that the starting player will alternate between the 2 players for the first 4 games. And then if a final tiebreaker is needed, then we will draw at random in the end. From the interface, you will be able to look at the time over there. And you will also be able to have a peek inside what the AI is thinking. This will be in this box over there. And we will comment a bit on what the AI thinks that the best moves are.
Lorenzo, do you want to take over for a little bit?
Yeah, so of course, before moving to the first game in this match, we have the chance to know a little bit the human opponent that we have chosen for the first public game of ZeusAI. He is known under the nickname of Arrigo II on BGA, sorry, and he is one of the top player of Seven Wonders Duel, as he has currently a score of 686 elo points, and this means that He's currently the sixth player on the overall scoreboard in Board Game Arena for this game. So, hi Arrigo, and welcome to this match. So, first of all, could you tell us something about you?
Hi, everybody. So my name on BGA is Arrigo, but my real name is Enrico. I live in Rome. I'm a math teacher and, of course, a board game lover. And I've been playing Seven Wonders Duel for a couple of years on BGA. I don't want to say how many games I've played, but yeah, you can see it's one of my favorite games.
I could disclose it, but we will let the interested one to reach your profile page on Board Game Arena. So everyone here is probably a board game lover, and could you tell us why and maybe when did you start this hobby?
Yeah, of course. I think my story is actually a quite common story. I remember playing board games like the classical board games a lot as a child. Then I also played really a lot of Risk, which is one of these classical games. Uh, Especially in the summer months with my cousins, we spent hours and hours and hours playing Risk. And then I kind of stopped playing for many years. I knew at some point that there existed a new wave of modern board games, but I never really explored that much. And then suddenly, at some point, we were locked down, and with some friends, we signed up to Board Game Arena. So I really started this new experience online, and then went to physical board games only later. So we started playing some games there. Then I bought my first games. The very first two games that I bought were Hanabi and Carcassonne, that are still two of my favorite games. So I think it was a good choice. And that's it. So in the last years, I started playing more and more, both online and in person.
So you named
And
two board games which are very different. Hanabi, which is the cooperative, and Carcassonne, which is the opposite. Everyone plays for himself. Uh, do you like games with a particular mechanics or that have some particular strategy you like the most over other kind of board games?
well, actually, I don't think I really have favorite mechanics as such, or at least I've never really focused on that. Something I noticed is that I tend to like games with a lot of variability, often given in by decks of cards or tiles in the case of Carcassonne, because that gives very different games every time. Like you really have to adapt to what the setup is, what you draw, and I think all games that we named share this feature.
And
Seven
of
Wonders Duel
course,
included.
the seven Wonders Duel is one of those games where you have to adapt to the cards being revealed and so on. And it seems that you are a master in this game because an ELO score of 686 is truly impressive. Could you tell us when did you start climbing? When did you start playing Seven Wonders Duel, and when did you start climbing the leaderboard on Board Game Arena?
Yeah, I think I bought a physical copy of a board game something like 2.5 or 3 years ago. I played some games with the physical board game first, and then at some point I found out that on Board Game Arena, it's a very good game to play because games are pretty short. You don't have to shuffle the decks, and I think the fact that the platform helps you compute points and coins really speeds the games up. And so, without even noticing, I started playing quite a bit, and it was all very gradual. I didn't start to climb the ladder at any specific moment, but I started playing arena games pretty soon. Arena is like one of the way to play competitive games on the website, and yeah, it went like very gradually.
Okay, so thank you very much for letting us know you a little bit. I think that's everything from me. And do you have any final statement before moving to the first match?
No. I mean, let's try. I'll try to have fun.
Yeah,
I'm
let's see how it
actually
goes.
quite negative about my chances to beat this impressive AI that you built, but I brought, this is my lucky charm for today, like the military shield. Can you see? So I don't think the AI can have something like that. So
Yeah, definitely.
I
pretty
hope,
unique.
I hope it works.
Yeah. So that's everything from me, and back to the studio.
Okay, so first of all, one thing, Hanabi is a great game, great choice. Now we have a little poll for our audience. Who's going to win this game? You can vote on your favorite option. We have two options for one player winning like their game in 4 or fewer matches, so 3-0 or 3-1, and two options if you think one player will win, but it will need the whole 5 games to get to that end. I guess that is all, and we can go on with the first game.
Okay, so let me take over. Arrigo, I think you will have to leave this call, and best of luck for this game. You can start the game whenever you're ready after you leave the call.
Okay, then thank you and see you after the first game.
Yes, thanks. Okay, so now we are about to start finally. Let's see. Okay, looks like the game is in fact starting. Let's try to enter, and the game is on. So ZeusAI is going to be a starting player in this game with 3 available extra turn wonders in the first draft. This will give so the first player, as we said, has some advantage, but this draft is quite good for the second player, because the second player will get access to 3 of these wonders that have the special extra turn power, the 2 white arrows here. So I would say the setup is quite balanced. Arrigo has the potential to to fight using the better wonders, essentially.
As you can see, Zeus is not very optimistic about this result. It's already giving himself what is that? It's 30% chance of winning.
Yeah, so exactly. You can already take a look at the real-time analysis of what Zeus is thinking exactly. So the big number. So these are the top 3 lines that Zeus is thinking about when he's going to make a move. The big number is the evaluation, which is between -1 and 1. So negative means that Zeus is not happy about the current position. And then we also have this colorful bar, which tells us the estimated probability of each possible outcome. So we have from left to right estimated probability of a victory, civil victory in blue, then military, then science victory. We have a very, very small bar that tells us the probability of a draw, which tends to be very close to 0. And then in the right part, we have the probability that the opponent wins with science, military, and civil victory. So right now, the most likely outcome, in the opinion of our AI, is that Arrigo will win with a civil victory. But of course, this is still very, very early in the game. Okay, so we have a lot of stone. So both players got access to stone production. And now it's Arrigo to make a move. Arrigo is very skilled at navigating the structure of the first age. So here, as you can see, you can only build cards that are accessible. Okay. For example, this last move made the clay pit accessible, so now Zeus can build the clay pit.
And this changed this evaluation of the position.
Oh, okay. So yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. So now Zeus is a little bit happier about the position. So the evaluation is close to 0. Now this lets Arrigo get the Tavern, which is one of the best cards in the first age. Which, gives 4 coins, and the reveal is not favorable to Zeus. In fact, Zeus is now slightly less happy again. A blue card was revealed. In the first age, generally you want to build up the production. So as Sasha was mentioning, there are 3 basic resources and 2 advanced resources.
Oh, interesting. Now Zeus think it.
Oh,
he's
okay.
winning.
So apparently this is considered a pretty good reveal. I suppose because now Zeus has access to the wood, and then again to the second wood, which is probably going to be revealed here by Arrigo, unless Arrigo decides to play an extra turn wonder, which would be, yes, maybe a bit too much for this stage of the game. So now Zeus can get its hands on the second wood production, which makes it difficult for Arrigo to build anything that costs wood.
We remind the audience that the cost of a resource that you don't have is 2 coins plus 1 more coin for each copy of that resource that your opponent has. So now with Zeus having 2 woods, paying 1 wood for Arrigo costs 4 coins, which is a lot.
Exactly. So now there is also a reveal of the wood reserve, which is the 3rd card of the first age that helps producing wood. So these special yellow cards would make every wood cost 1 instead of whatever cost was mentioned by Sasha. And in fact, Zeus discards the wood reserve so that Arrigo does not access it. And now Arrigo will have some potentially serious production problems. On the other hand, Arrigo already has 1 science card over here, and he's most likely going to build a second one. So I think it's a good opportunity to take a look at the progress tokens to the right. So whenever a player completes a pair of equal science symbols, they can choose and obtain one of these 5 progress tokens. These are picked at random at the beginning of the game among 10 possible tokens, and 2 of these, law and strategy, they are among the strongest in the game. So this is a game where science cards can be very, very
That's
useful.
a very interesting move by Arrigo, I think. He let his opponent choose between the 2 options, glass and science, and Zeus made another interesting move.
Yeah.
Give back word to Joel.
Yes, so this is a very interesting move because Zeus is not going to be without extra turn wonders. However, Zeus also has the Great Library, which is a wonder that lets you take a look at 3 of the remaining 5 tokens. Yes, we're going to see it right now. So this is actually the worst possible draw that Zeus could obtain. So Zeus was hoping to get his hands on Theology, which is a progress token that makes you use your subsequent wonders with the power of making an extra move. So Zeus is not happy about what happened with this draw. Let's see if it's able to turn things around. So these are essentially among the worst progress tokens in the game. Zeus picks Urbanism, which grants immediately 6 coins.
Indeed, we can see Zeus self-analysis like his chances dropped, and its evaluation got to minus 0.4, which is roughly a 70% chance for its opponent to win.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so maybe the choice of using the Temple of Artemis at the end of the first stage was a risky choice. So definitely it didn't pay off. Let's see, because now Arrigo has a pretty strong science game. He already has 3 science symbols. There is the law progress token to the right, which is available. So whenever Arrigo gets a pair of equal science tokens, he can get law. And a player wins when they get to 6 different science symbols. So in fact, as you can see, Zeus now is quite scared about the possibility of Arrigo winning with a scientific victory. So now what happened? Okay, now it's Zeus to play.
The thing is, Zeus can't stop Arrigo from taking the second mortar, and that will grant him law, and so Arrigo will definitely have at least 4 science symbols by the end of second age, with 2 replaced with 2 extra turn wonders left, which is very, very strong and gives him very, very high chances of completing the set.
It almost guarantees that he can get the scientific tokens he needs to win by the third age if a military victory doesn't happen first, for example.
Yes, so the situation seems pretty difficult for Zeus. Of course, Arrigo still has production issues, but I mean, he can probably hold on. Just discard a lot of cards. When it's your turn, you can discard a card to get a few coins, and then with coins, in principle, you can buy anything. So let's see. What. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're focusing on a scientific victory, production is not very important. You only need a few key cards, and for that you can just discard everything else, collect money to pay for those cards. It's not very important to have a lot of resources. You really need to build very few cards, so not an issue for Arrigo in this sense.
Arrigo is taking some time to think here. He could get the drying room, but then Zeus would get the brickyard, which is the double clay production, and then Arrigo would be forced to reveal 2 cards. Let's see. Okay, Arrigo goes to the left instead, revealing the Caravansary.
This one is a powerful card from the economic side. Zeus doesn't seem to need it right now, but Arrigo would have been happy about it.
Yeah, it's not a key card for Zeus. Zeus already has all the resources he needs. That's not the problem here.
Yeah. So right
we
now
can see that he's exactly pondering about removing it.
Yes. So this is a discard. Right now the game is a lot about maneuvering the structure of the age. There is probably, Zeus is probably thinking about building the red card over here, the parade ground, if he wants to start a military attack, which might be a sensible way to try and hold the game. Let's see.
At least it gives something to worry about for Arrigo. As we said, a scientific win for Arrigo is very likely, and you need to counter before that. You can't wait and hope for a civil victory at this point. It's very unlikely to go to the end of this game. So if you want a victory, you need to get one with military cards as soon as possible.
And it looks like Zeus agrees with Sasha. The top move here is to build the parade ground and start a military attack. And of course, a lot will depend on what cards are going to be revealed. in this last portion of the Second Age.
Yeah, and again, even if you don't achieve a military victory this way, you still force your opponent to consider that, to be wary of what he's like unlocking, what's discovering. If you have to pick between a scientific symbol or a military card, it creates a doubt. It makes it uncomfortable for his opponent to play.
Exactly. So maybe a strong enough military push could force Arrigo to make undesirable choices in the Third Age and maybe miss some green cards, and this could potentially lead to a civil victory for Zeus, which is still considered by Zeus the most likely way to win the game. But definitely the military push is going to be a key if Zeus wants to win this game. Arrigo is also taking some time. Players have spent about half of the time that they have available, so still a little bit more than 8 minutes for each of the players.
I think the point here is that if Arrigo builds or discards, probably the courthouse gives access to the double wood to Zeus, which makes it extremely expensive for him to build these wonders. Not great.
So do you think the cost of the resources is going to play some role?
The cost of the wonders will.
Mm-hmm.
He needs this double the extra turn, and those wonders right now are very expensive, and they will get much more expensive if Zeus is allowed to build the sawmill.
Yes.
So this is a point where Arrigo could play the Hanging Gardens just to get the sawmill.
Or the Sphinx. Sphinx
Also,
makes it a lot cheaper.
The Circus Maximus would be a very good move, which would be also my move in this situation, but I'm not as strong as ZeusAI or Arrigo, because he could destroy the only advanced resource that Arrigo has at the moment, increasing the price of 2 out of 4 of his wonders.
That is true, but on the other hand, Zeus doesn't have the papyrus itself, so it's only 2 coins for Arrigo to build a papyrus. It's not as game-changing as the sawmill.
Yeah, probably that's true.
But it gives the pressure, it advances on the military track, destroys 2 coins from Arrigo, which is already tight on money. It's unclear,
Okay, so Arrigo goes for the reveal, double clay, and he reveals to Zeus. Okay, this was of course not a light choice, because this gives interesting.
Indeed. That is weird. But it is too expensive for him.
Because now the level is too expensive for Arrigo. So Arrigo cannot afford to build the laboratory. Okay.
And he has to reveal something uncomfortable for him.
Okay, that was interesting.
However, if Arrigo discards the forum, it's guaranteed to achieve one of the 2 green cards.
That is true.
So
yes,
I
that
think
is correct.
this
So
turned out well for Arrigo, anyways.
What's the discard? How does the discard pile look like at the moment?
Okay.
No double red, so the mausoleum could potentially be used offensively this way. It's very common to use the mausoleum to push for a military victory by picking some discarded military card, but at the moment it doesn't destroy coins for
let's remind the audience the effect of the mausoleum, the last available wonder for Zeus.
Yeah, when you build a mausoleum, you're allowed to look at discarded cards while they're open, really. And you pick one and you build it for free. So it's a very useful way to recover something that's been lost, maybe another green card that your opponent could not afford to build himself and discarded, or say military card from the first stage, which are often neglected.
Yes.
And also, while Arrigo is thinking about his move, we could say what happens if the clocks of either of the player runs to 0.
Can we?
Maybe we want to leave the audience the suspense.
Oh,
about this.
okay.
It shouldn't happen.
That's
It shouldn't
probably
happen.
more interesting.
Yes. So, but I mean, so Arrigo should have access to the clocks if all our technology is working fine. So he.
Oh, we have chat message.
Mhm.
For Game
Yeah,
Arena.
we get reminders.
Oh yes.
Okay, so it's not possible. I was answering
yes,
the
yes,
question.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Chat. At the moment, it's not possible. It is theoretically possible to do that after a game, but it's a complicated process. We're not going to do it like during this live stream.
Okay, so Arrigo is taking quite a bit of time. I suppose he's under 4 minutes. He knows that he can play the third age fast enough if needed, but he is getting a little bit low on time, I suppose. So to us, the most obvious choice is to discard the forum, because by
Yeah.
discarding the forum, he would get... Oh, interesting. He discards the laboratory. So there must have been some reason that we didn't quite see. I suppose we were, talking about other things. We forgot to think hard enough about this position. Maybe we will ask Rigo later. Our top choice was to discard the forum. Okay, interesting.
And
So-
I guess now Zeus has to choose whether to give his opponent access to either the sawmill or the mortar.
Well, there's also the double
there's-
shield, the archer.
That is
Right?
true,
That's
but-
also very very important card. Okay, so discard to the left. I think
I think the sawmill is what Zeus wants to build, really.
really not
Really?
the red card. I would probably go for.
I would go for that one.
You would go for the double wood. Okay,
Yes,
interesting.
I would.
So here we.
I would have said that preventing Arrigo to get the progress token was more important.
That
Yeah.
is not. I don't know.
Hmm.
Progress token is very important, but you can still get in the third age.
Mhm.
While making his economy crumble, it's probably more relevant, in my opinion. I don't know.
So the evaluation is still around minus 0.5, which is
75% chance.
yes, 75% probability of victory for Arrigo in the opinion of Zeus. It's quite stable. Now the top choice is to build the mausoleum, which is the final wonder that Zeus can build. Maybe let's remind our audience that in this game you can only build in total 7. The player combined can only build 7 out of the 8 wonders that exist. So once Zeus builds the mausoleum, Arrigo will only be able to build 3 of his 4 wonders, which is, however, not an issue in this
Not
game.
not bad for him, because what matters to Arrigo are the 3 wonders that grant him the extra turn.
Now it's an interesting moment because both the cards that are behind the the courthouse are very good for Zeus and for Arrigo. They're both very good. So is it worth it to play a replay wonder now? Probably not.
Okay, so also it looks like Arrigo got confused a little bit about the clocks, so he thought he had more time. Let's hope that this does not play a
Think.
big role, because he's down on
Not that I was right with my evaluation.
Oh, interesting. So
Mhm.
double wood. I didn't see that. I thought the double shield was the way to go here.
I was pretty sure that double wood was the way to go here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
like you have three extra turn wonders behind. You just cannot afford your opponent to build them so easily.
Mhm.
And I was doubtful about building the mausoleum because now, for example, in the discard pile there is a red card for 2 shields. This is not
That is
uncommon to happen, and it seemed to me a bit of a waste to play it in the second age just for one shield, when there is a good chance that you can play it for 2 shields.
Yeah.
So
So maybe
makes sense, but it put pressures on his opponent. I don't know. Probably agree with Francesco here. But... Oh,
okay.
interesting. The valuation bar got around 0, so now it's very open.
Okay, so let's take a look at the green cards because it still looks like Arrigo can get his hands on most of the.
Let's remind how many green cards there are.
Yes, so there are 4 green cards in total in third age. 2 of them have the sundial on it, which is this symbol, and the other 2 have the armillary sphere on them. So Arrigo needs to find 1 copy of each of these.
Yeah, can I make a comment here? Now we have, like, in each age, 3 cards are not available, right? So now there are 2 copies of the armillary sphere that we can't see, and out of the 6 cards that we don't see, 3 are on the board that are face down, and 3 are just set aside, and they're not going to be used in this game. So if no armillary sphere is present, then well, then Zeus is probably going to win. There's no way to have a scientific victory. So,
and here it's interesting because Zeus lets Arrigo build the sundial, which costs 14 coins, and could potentially make it difficult to build the remaining symbol. So,
one of them has a link. The university has a link with the school, which Arrigo has. So Arrigo could build that for free.
Yes.
On the other hand, the observatory costs only 4 coins.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's no wood.
Okay, so I see. Okay, so
That's not true. Like
No.
the armillary sphere, like every occurrence of the armillary sphere is
But it does make it
enough.
difficult to build the extra wonder.
right. Okay, so yes.
It's over.
Okay, is this game over? Not very clear if Zeus played optimally this third age. Maybe it would be very hard to analyze everything, but big congratulations to Arrigo for winning this game, which was definitely not easy. And I suppose in a few moments he will be happy to join us to tell us about his impressions and what he thought. We can go back to the final situation. I can also update the score that we should be able to see on the live stream. Welcome back.
Hello.
Tough game. I was a bit lucky.
Congratulations, Arrigo. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
It was a very nice game.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you were not seeing the evaluation, but Zeus was estimating like a 50% chance at the beginning of third age. So it could have really have gone either way.
Yeah, because I was so low on resources that it was very hard, and I had to defend against war. You mean 50% after the setup of the age?
After looking at the setup, yes.
I see. Yeah. Also, there were not so many possible positions for the green cards, because I see 2 of the guilds
Yes.
behind.
Exactly.
They cannot be science cards. So
yes.
And I don't know, did I have enough money for the other card that would make me win?
Yes. You had enough for
I had
both.
6.
Yeah, it only costs 4. It's one stone
good.
and 2
I was like,
papyrus.
I realized at some point that I only had 3 minutes left, and I had to.
Yes. So yeah. Hopefully now you got a little bit more accustomed to the way we show the clocks to you. So,
yeah, I think that one clock says the remaining time, and the message in the chat say the spend time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
That is
Okay, so that's why I got confused at some point. I will now. I will look at the clock on Google Meet more.
Okay.
I guess we have a couple questions on what we thought were the most interesting positions in this first game. So in the first stage, when Zeus built the Temple of Artemis, what did you think about that move?
What did I think, or what?
Yeah. Would you have done that? Like, were
Oh,
you expecting
I'm
it?
not sure. Like, surely I was very happy when I saw that they didn't get theology, because
Theology,
if you
yes.
spend your only
Yes.
double turn, how do we call that? The double
Extra
turn?
turn. That's,
Extra-
that's what we decided to say.
If you spend your only extra turn in H1, then you really want to get theology to. But even without it, I think the Zeus played really well. It, from like only science perspective, it seemed an easy game from my point of view, because I have three extra turn wonders and Zeus had none. But at the end, it was really hard because no resources and had to defend war. Well, yes.
Yeah, those
So-
were the interesting moments in the second age as well. Like when you discarded the laboratory, that was a bold move, we think.
Yes, so yeah, do you remember the setup? It was
Yeah.
nine cards to go, and the laboratory which you could not afford. We were wondering how did you decide to discard the laboratory?
I think the first thing I was trying to figure out is if, like, discarding some other card, I could afford it after that, but I didn't want to uncover the mortar, of course, because I wanted that law token. And
Okay,
I
okay.
realized that if I discard the other card on the right, then I go to 11 coins, and that costed 10. But then if Zeus takes the double wood, the price of the science card goes up to 12. So I still can't afford it. So it was useless. Like, I just discarded it.
Okay,
I don't know if
okay.
it was the right choice, but
We don't know either, but we were considering discarding the
forum,
what was
forum.
that? The forum. So you uncover the mortar, but then you can pick one of the two.
yeah, I think at the end
later.
the outcome is similar. Like, Zeus takes the other green card out, I take the mortar, and at the end it's the same, isn't it?
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I just gave Zeus one more option to decide what to do.
Yeah, it's probably not very different. And we were like debating what would happen after you uncovered both the double military shield and the double wood. And we were like discussing what would Zeus take, and I think the double wood was the right choice. What
Yeah,
do you think?
I was also curious to see what Zeus would do. I don't know, it was both cards were very good. But I think it was correct, because then, yeah, I was lucky to get one of the few military cards that was affordable for me. Otherwise, all of them were crazy expensive.
Okay, yes, we didn't think that much about the cost of the military cards of the third age.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was definitely also something to keep in mind.
Yeah, my evaluation was that by building the double wood, it would made like the wonders for you a lot more expensive.
Yeah, also as well, sure.
So I agree with what the AI did there.
So what? I'm curious. Like, I will watch the videos later. But what? how did the estimation of victory went through the game? Like, I guess setup was good for me because I had 3 replay wonders, even if it was player 2. But did the AI agree?
Yes.
On this, yes. There were a couple of moments where the estimation jumped a lot. One during the first stage that didn't seem especially obvious to me, but at one point when I think you revealed or made accessible the clay to Zeus, that was a big jump. And the second jump was when he built the Great Library, because clearly the AI was hoping to find the theology there, and then it immediately dropped down when it didn't find the theology in the library.
Yeah.
Yes. So after the Great Library, for a long time, the estimation was 75% win for you. and that stayed that way for most of the second age, I think.
Yeah, right up until the end when it got back to 50% briefly.
Yeah,
like
so
after the
maybe
setup
I did
of the
make
third
something
age.
wrong.
Well,
It's
I
unclear.
mean,
It's just the setup of the
We don't
third
know.
age. I think because the green cards were not easily accessible, like there were no visible ones, so I don't think it was a mistake. Like
Exactly,
clicked
it
by
was
you. I think
just,
it's just the setup of the third
the
age. It was
random-
not very favorable for a scientific victory.
There was actually a not negligible chance that there was no armillary sphere available at all in the third age.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Of course, let's not forget that the evaluation that we are showing is not necessarily completely correct. So actually, until we prove otherwise, you are the expert here, Arrigo. So your evaluation
I
is.
can't do evaluations like that. Like it's impossible. Okay.
Okay.
Should we
let's
go
go.
to the next game?
Yes.
For the
So
second game.
Arrigo, whenever you're ready, feel free to rematch, and then the second game should start automatically.
Okay. Let's go. See you later.
See you later. Thanks.
And probably this is a good moment to say that we are using the Board Game Arena rematch functionality, which means that from the second match and going on, the first player will alternate during each match. So I don't remember who started the first game, but now
Zeus
Zeus
started the first
started,
game.
Zeus started
and
the
now
first game,
Arrigo
yeah.
will be the first
So-
player.
now Arrigo will begin.
Once again, we
And
have.
again, we get again starting setup which seems to favor Arrigo because there was only one extra turn available among the four wonders.
Probably
Might have
Okay.
a slight.
Okay, go ahead with the commentary, and I will try to figure
Okay,
out.
we have
Yeah,
slight,
but it's
slight
difficult to
trouble
comment
here.
if like
But
the AI is not.
yeah, so
Oh, I see.
not
Okay.
only this means that among the first four wonders, Arrigo will be able to get the only one with extra turn, but it also means that among the other four wonders, there is a higher chance that you might be able to get at least one or maybe even two. So it looks like again it will be Arrigo to have an advantage on the extra turn wonders, and this time also being the first player. So
Yeah, good time probably to remind the audience that like extra wonders are like pretty much universally considered like the strongest wonders by like everyone. The AI agrees with this evaluation, and so indeed the player who has most of them has a slight advantage.
So usually an advantage of two or more extra turns really hard. Yeah. From the looking at the available progress tokens, we see that both law and theology are out. Which,
yeah, so probably the Great Library.
Yeah,
is not
decreases a
great.
bit the value of the Great Library.
Oh, now we have back the evaluation bar. Yeah, but the
Okay.
other options are also not very exciting. Colossus and
Colossus and the
Lighthouse,
Lighthouse are
neither
not
of them is very
particularly.
exciting. Oh, we're went back
ones.
to the second draft. Can we?
Sorry, we had
Slight
we
technical
had
problem.
some technical issues, but I
Okay,
think
so Excellent Wonders evened out, and the Piraeus is very good wonder.
Okay. Yeah, it seems that from the point of view of the wonders, they seem even or surely more balanced than the first match.
I still prefer Arrigo's wonders. Like the Mausoleum and the statue are both stronger than the library and the Colossus, especially with this.
Yeah, with
progress
this
token setup.
And the
And
pyramids.
the lighthouse is better than the pyramids because everything is better than
The
the pyramids.
pyramids are considered the worst by far of the all possible starting wonders.
So Arrigo's first player. He has slightly better wonders. Let's see how this evolves.
Yeah, this is a
Zeus
good selection of
says-
starting cards.
72% chance to its opponent, but we'll see. Game is still long, and it really depends on what's going to be uncovered.
So as in the previous match, the fact that the low progress token is available means that science is going to play an important role in this game, probably.
I have a message from the chat, like they're letting us know that even though it was Zeus' turn, then Arrigo's clock was ticking down. So
Yeah. So we had a small technical issue. So we need to give back 2 minutes to Arrigo. We will do that soon. But everything is resolved apart from that. So yes, we should be good now. I mean, we still need to give back the time to Arrigo, but everything is working.
So Arrigo starts with science, which is probably going to be countered immediately, or at least responded.
that's interesting. And Zeus is not happy about this.
Yeah,
It's interesting how the evaluation went down after Arrigo's move.
So exactly, so here Zeus decides to counter the science card with another science card to prevent him from getting ahead on this.
With law being available, science is especially important. Arrigo picks the Hood, which is probably the best of the three basic resources. Now Arrigo's thinking again. Will he go for the clay or the glass? It's unclear. Both are probably good choices. Clay makes it difficult for Zeus to build a Colossus, but it's not very important, I think. Oh, it's Zeus.
This is
Zeus
Zeus
for the
and
clay.
not the clay, which is I find a bit well. I would have gone for the glass probably without doubt.
I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference according to Zeus. It's pretty much the same evaluation. And now wood is available. Seems an easy pick for me.
Yes.
Get a very good resource. You hinder your opponent. Library is now super expensive, and Zeus is forced to reveal 2 cards.
It's a bit of the reverse of the other match.
Yeah. Now glass seems the easy pick. But again, the AI is not very optimistic about its chances.
Yes.
Evaluation dropped. It's now giving 85% chances to Arrigo, which is a lot.
Yeah, so this will definitely be a very, very tough game for Zeus to come back from.
Oh, and I agree with this. I think this was a mistake, and Arrigo should have at least discarded the
wood
wood
reserve.
Yes.
This
Zeus thinks this is a mistake, and I tend to agree. Because a monopoly is very strong, and with the statue, it can really enforce it for the second age. Leaving Zeus with no wood for the whole game is a very strong move. I'm a bit surprised by this choice by Arrigo. We can maybe ask him later about.
So
this.
also in the meantime, we have given back 2 minutes to Arrigo.
Okay. Fantastic.
Great.
Thank you, Lorenzo.
Not much happening now. Just going to discard a military card. A little reminder, like, no, it's very unlikely, very uncommon, say, for players to build military cards during the first stage, because the player who is at military disadvantage gets to choose who starts the next stage, and starting the second stage seems to be especially important. So military cards are not worth much. Just one shield, it's not a lot. And giving you have to give up basically starting rights for the second age to do so. It's frowned upon by most players. We had some surprising wins by the AI with military cards in the first stage, but it's rare.
Yes, so it doesn't seem to be the case in this game. Also because so Arrigo started, so if no one builds a wonder with an extra turn power, then Zeus will have access to the final card of the age, and in case of a military tie, Zeus will decide who starts the second age. So Zeus does not seem to have a big reason to start building military cards right now, and the situation is not that desperate. I think to call for it.
Yeah.
Here Arrigo will probably pick this one, but this means he has 0 coins right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, indeed. Revealing the science card, it's not great for Zeus, like having three science symbols in the first stage is very strong. And now there's high chances of scientific victory for Arrigo.
Yes. And
he discards the...
He also has a very solid
stone,
economy.
because he prefers surely to build the paper.
Papyrus. Yes, makes sense. Even more so because it has the lighthouse.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so now Zeus is starting second age. Arrigo didn't build his extra turn wonder because he couldn't afford to do so. Now we begin second age with Zeus starting and with a huge lead in money. If I were the AI, I would probably pick the tavern right now to like make it even more difficult for Arrigo to build something with coins.
The brewery, yes. The big tavern.
The brewery, yes. Sorry.
Yes, that's what decides to do.
And indeed, that's what happened.
So if now Arrigo builds the brown card, needs to reveal 2 cards.
Probably want to build
He will
that
want, because with the statue of Zeus available, it means that if the only stone of the AI is destroyed, then stones might become quite expensive.
That's true. That makes sense. Doesn't go for it. Opens the caravansary.
Okay. Caravansary could be pretty good for Zeus to solve to solve the production problems, but it doesn't look like Zeus wants to build the caravansary actually.
Interesting.
The caravansary means
he's thinking about building a wonder.
Very weird moment to play the only extra turn it has. It has.
Interesting.
It's very weird, and in fact, chances dropped.
The score dropped of the evaluation of the position.
Yes.
I'm very perplexed about this move. I really don't understand.
Let's see if Arrigo's camera
now discarding
something.
the blue card. That's really odd.
Yes, that was
really odd. I don't understand.
Yeah, this is not a good position for the...
So it looks like Arrigo is in control also in this second game. So he is getting close to, grabbing a good portion of this match. So let's see. Arrigo still has very good chances with a science victory, because now he can exactly build the hanging gardens, take the second mortar, and get probably theology. I would guess.
Yeah, theology seems. Oh, theology, not law. Yeah, theology.
Theology,
The quill is available.
The quill.
There's a way.
Yes.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I'm really perplexed about this play by Zeus.
Yes.
Oh well.
And for free now. Law is coming, and I think if the what's the remaining symbol? If the other wheel shows up, then Zeus is in big trouble.
It's
well,
basically game over if the second
the
copy of the wheel
appears.
Yes.
Arrigo is in no rush. You can build a laboratory, but there's no reason to hurry up.
So now he's probably thinking about how to best save his powerful wonders, to lock all possible chances in the third age. And in this second age, if he doesn't use, if he doesn't build any more wonders, he will reveal 2 cards, and Zeus will reveal the other 2 cards. Which is
But
probably
you have to use 2 wonders to
reveal none. Yes, so it's probably not going to happen. So
even more so because if he uses 2 wonders, then Zeus has the chance to build all his 3 wonders. They're very cheap and lock out the 4th wonder for Arrigo.
Yes,
Wouldn't be great. No, so Arrigo's probably just going to let Zeus. Oh, this is odd.
Okay. Interesting.
This is odd. I don't get this move, but we'll ask Arrigo after the game.
Yes.
I mean, he only needs to get low and getting the quill
Yeah,
was
but he could
cheaper.
have done that by and saved the wonder.
He did. Yeah, exactly. He didn't quite need to build.
I
a
guess
wonder.
now Zeus opens his card first, and then he can choose whether or not to use the second wonder after. That's maybe the whole point.
That's true. That's
But
true.
still,
I think
I'm
Zeus
perplexed.
should start building his wonders.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes,
Arrigo.
starting from the Great Library, I think, to possibly reveal a strategy.
But not happening. And this is not great.
Well, he didn't reveal the wheel.
That is true.
That would have been
That would
a
be
disaster.
worse, but still.
So probably it's still okay. But yes, so yeah, military is still quite difficult for Zeus.
Yeah, it's distant.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would expect Arrigo to just. Oh wait, no, maybe he does not want to build the walls, because no, yes, maybe he could just build
How
the walls.
expensive is the wheel for Arrigo?
The wheel.
It's
So
2.
one costs 2.
Only 2, yes. So it's quite cheap.
quite cheap.
Okay, Arrigo discards the barracks, if I'm not mistaken. So this gives the opportunity
Zeus
to
will
Zeus.
want to build the walls.
Yes, and then
That's
Arrigo
where I think
will build
the other one.
the archery range. Yes, so not much military action at the end. And then Zeus can build or discard the temple, and Arrigo would need to decide whether he wants to spend another wonder to possibly reveal the second wheel.
I think he has to.
He has
Like
to?
he's
I think
committed.
so, yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to, but
Based on what he did.
yeah,
That's what.
the previous play didn't make a lot of sense
Yeah.
if you don't like
Mhm.
pursue that strategy.
Mhm.
I mean, if you realize you make a mistake, you can cut your losses and just not
Of course.
like retroactively try to justify it. But I think he will go on with the plan. And
Mhm. In any case, I think Arrigo is still in a pretty good place to also win with just points.
yeah, that's true.
civil
He has a very
victory.
strong economy.
The economy is
Good wonders.
maybe similar for the two players.
Now I guess Zeus will
So it looks like Zeus
Appearance.
wants to build
build a wonder
build a
for
wonder.
sure. I would build a great library here.
I would also build a great library, I think, because I mean, if you have
The chance of getting strategy
strategy.
can tell you the direction in which to go.
yes,
I agree. Well, seems to prefer the pyramids. I don't really understand why. I guess it's because of the statue. Like the pyramids can get more expensive, while the library cannot.
That is true.
That's the only reason I can think of. But...
Maybe Zeus is not really expecting Arrigo to build a wonder here, so Zeus is not expecting to get access to the parade ground. So maybe he thinks that getting strategy is not as urgent as we might think.
Zeus goes for the pyramids. Arrigo probably just discard. Oh, interesting.
Okay, and the school is indeed available. So Zeus will build the school.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Get the token. Agriculture probably.
Agriculture is
even though
a well-rounded
architecture
token.
is considered. I'm confused.
Architecture is a terrible pick right now because the two remaining wonders are
very cheap.
Masonry might, at least, but agriculture here, I would say,
I
by far the
understand
best.
why agriculture, like...
Why is he considering architecture?
Well, I guess we don't exactly know if I think he's Zeus still got agriculture. Probably he spent just not enough time thinking about architecture to have an accurate evaluation of that move. Okay, so so Arrigo actually gets the forum, which okay, looks like we have
more issues.
We might have technical issue right now.
Small technical issue. Okay, you can just go ahead with the.
Sure. So now, bit of an analysis before keep going. Probably building the military guard and then another wonder. Makes sense.
Yes.
I think
the AI needs to keep the pressure at least on the military side.
Yes, and build its wonders as soon as possible because.
Yeah, if the great library is used to find strategy, this makes the threat of military victory much stronger.
But I think it's more important to how to force your opponent to give up an extra turn wonder. Like giving him the option of building both extra wonders too much.
Yeah, exactly. If both of them are available, then Arrigo is completely in control of the third age, and he can pick the way to the science tokens that he needs.
Yeah, in fact, now I think Zeus wants to build one of the remaining wonders. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Because then, Arrigo can start the third age, but if he wants to build both his wonders, he has to do it basically immediately, and that's not necessarily what he wants to do.
I agree.
So it is still tricky to play, this end game for Arrigo. Well, of course, a lot will depend on the setup of the third age. That's going to be a lot of randomness, and let's discover what's going to happen.
There's a science symbol.
Okay, there is one science symbol and
a triple shield card, which is probably the right pick.
Yeah.
Even more so because Zeus can't. He has to reveal the other. It has to reveal the other two cards. Can't just unlock the green one. I think.
Yes, that is true.
But this also true that green cards might be expensive for Arrigo. How much? No, the armillary sphere only costs one. Not a lot.
No, it's free actually because there is also the Great Lighthouse.
Yeah, they are both free. They are armillary spheres.
And they're both free. Yeah, the lighthouse. I forgot that one.
While the sundials, one of them
cheap.
is free.
The academy
and the other one costs 3.
Not a lot. All of them are very accessible.
So three of them are free, and one costs only 3 coins.
Yeah. So Arrigo is starting on probability arsenal. Oh, he goes for the double
Oh.
wonder immediately.
Oh, okay. So he's
Okay.
building both wonders to get to the armillary sphere. He will get access to most of the cards that are face down. So his bet is that he will find the sundial,
Under one.
which is likely. So it might
So
be.
gives that an 80% chance. Choose.
How does this work? So Arrigo will be able to access all but one of the face down cards, right?
I think so. I think all but one. Yes. One of the two cards in the middle will be for Zeus, and all the others will be for Arrigo.
Defense bit
Mhm.
literally makes sense.
Okay.
Then now chances are slim.
Yes. Now,
Surely worse than before.
every reveal. Okay, this is the
The other
the
green
one
card is
that
not
is
very
okay.
important.
Okay, this one exactly is not important.
This is yes, not the science symbol that Arrigo was looking for. So how are they doing on points? Because actually, still Arrigo can win on points. Looks like okay, Zeus decides to reveal here. He is lucky again. Okay, this is starting to get tense. Did Zeus have to reveal here? Yes.
Either one or
yes,
the other.
Arrigo was the
Eventually,
first one
yes.
to was the first one to
This
have to reveal.
seems
So
a
that was-
sensible choice to keep the pressure on the military side as well, because if he had played on the other side, then the
Oh, yes.
military would be settled on a tie.
Yes, that's true. So this seems to be the right pick. Zeus is slightly more optimistic. We still don't know the evaluation after this reveal, so it should be a little bit better than what is shown right now. Arrigo now he definitely doesn't like this Praetorium, and okay,
Yeah,
he
Makes
discards
sense.
it.
Discards it. Oh, now chances are getting pretty much even.
Seems optimistic. This,
Maybe
but
it's a bit too
optimistic.
optimistic.
But this is the
Well.
point where Arrigo,
Uh-huh.
either this turn or the next, will need to reveal a card.
Mhm.
Okay,
The
this is the
remaining-
next card.
Okay,
Probably
Mesari.
zones are negligible.
Yeah, not useful at this point. Now Zeus will want to build a red card.
Apparently
Military victory is out of the table now.
Apparently not. Maybe we are already at the point where military cards are
It's
just
out,
worse than the other cards,
Yes.
which tends to happen in the third age. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't want Arrigo to have
Okay,
the
so
free
this is-
the free yellow card.
This is one of the crucial points of this
Mhm.
match.
Yes, this is going to be a crucial reveal.
Military.
okay.
That
Goes
increases
well.
Arrigo's chances.
Yes,
Goes well for Arrigo.
Arrigo will be happy because now he has two cards where he can get the sundial, which is the
2
final
out of
symbol.
5. Very good chances. Zeus
Okay.
says that civil victory is out of the table for Arrigo.
Okay, so Zeus is very confident about being better with points.
But this is not very important.
I mean,
No, I mean it is.
it is
it's important.
somewhat relevant,
It's,
right?
Because,
Says, okay, either Zeus reveals the green card or not. And
No.
Okay.
Okay.
now it's still 2 out of 4, right?
2, yes.
Should be 50%. I don't know why it's not. Oh, maybe it is after the reveal, because this is not a
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
this
updated.
is.
Should be very even
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yes. Wow. So very, very, very tense ending.
This is irrelevant.
50% chance that Arrigo reveals one of the two copies of the sundial.
That Zeus will reveal.
Yeah, that
Yes.
Zeus, yes, and Arrigo will get it. Okay, let's see.
Moment of
Let's see.
truth.
Moment of truth.
It is
Oh,
sundial.
it is a
Goes down to
sundial.
a 50% chance.
Wow.
Incredible,
very tense.
incredible.
It was very tense.
Very tense
Wow.
again.
Congratulations again to Arrigo.
This, I would say it was closer than the first one, but still.
Yeah, in both games the setup favored our human player, but still, like, it's not easy to play
Not,
through
no, not at all
through
easy.
games. Like, hello, Arrigo.
Hello.
Another big
Hello.
win.
Hey! Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That
This
was
one
close.
Very well.
That was a very tense end game.
Yeah. I mean, this was a setup that really was lucky for me from the beginning, I think, and I should have played better and just have point advantage. I think I focused a bit too much on green. But I was really surprised about...
But the
Yes.
Piraeus?
Yeah.
No, this
No.
move at the end where the Zeus discarded, but I have the money guild, so...
It's pretty much irrelevant. I
It
think
was
it's because at that point either you win with science or Zeus
I'm
wins.
so far
yes.
behind.
Yeah.
It was certain, yeah. The AI was
Okay.
certain that by points it was decided that Zeus would win by points, and your only chance was to win by science.
Okay, and that's okay. Yeah,
I mean, which
that's
was
bad
an
because I
80% chance, which is not. Sorry,
much?
I had 80% at the beginning of the age, I think.
Okay, I see. Yeah, but still, I think that I took the wrong token. If I had taken the other one, the 6 coins, 4 points, life would have been easier for me, and I think I could control and win by points. I was so much focused on the
Oh, interesting.
low game. I don't like this kind of setups very much with theology and law and very few extra turns. So whoever gets theology really has a big advantage. But you don't have to use that advantage to win science. You can also just use it to win like by points. So I think yeah, I was out of focus in that moment.
I
At
think
least...
we were also very focused on science.
yeah.
I have a question for you. When at some point you had the quill and another wonder in front of it, when you decided to use a wonder to build a wonder in the second age, well, there were four face down cards, and without using any wonder, each player reveals 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
decide to use a wonder, let Zeus reveal first, and then not use a second wonder to reveal the other 2. I was a bit confused about that play. Can you
But
explain it? Like, that was what was your thought process?
yeah, maybe it was just wrong. Like, I mean, I cannot uncover a card if I'm focused on science. I cannot just uncover 2 cards without taking law first, because I don't want them to deny law. But I think that was just wrong.
Yes.
So I would have had to take the green that costed 6. That seemed expensive. Then I decided to just go. But yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah, that law token. Yeah, 2 science victories. I'm not a big fan of science strategy, actually, but
Well, I am, so
because you are, but you see, it's really a lot luck dependent more than other strategies. So at the end, it was a flip for the last card, and I think the very last card, it was just 40% for me. So
50% for you.
There were two
remaining
sundials.
out of 4 cards, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then really a true coin flip. That's not what you want to be at.
I mean, it was a lot higher at the beginning, but then all the other cards were not the sundials. So, what did you think when Zeus built the Piraeus? The wonder? I was very
When did
confused
that
by that
happen?
move. Like, I didn't get it.
In the second age, quite early on,
Yeah.
we were surprised.
Oh no,
it
yeah,
seemed
but
premature.
I see that. Like, they cannot just take the caravansary, because then I can just do double turn and take theology behind.
Yeah.
I think they just tried to get theology. That's
Theology.
what
okay.
Yes. That makes
before I
sense.
can get it.
So yeah,
I think
so-
from Zeus' point of view, if I take theology, I win. Then I made my life a bit more complicated, but that's it basically. So they were trying to avoid it. At least that's what I thought.
Makes a lot of sense. We didn't get it, but that's very very sensible. Yeah, I agree. Well played. Well played.
Yes. Any thoughts before going into the third and potentially last game of the match?
I have to use
ahead.
my time better. This time too, I was really at the. I used all of it. That's not wise. I mean,
Yeah, I think you were down to 50 seconds or something like that at the end. Yes, it's more time than normal games on Arena, but still
It's needed. It's needed. Yes.
yeah, when I play real time, the
Just
games
the
that
increment.
yeah, that's a different system. But at the end, you can look at the total time, total thinking time. The games where I really focus a lot and really slow, normally it's 10 minutes. Many players play a game in 3-4 minutes. Normally playing, I don't know, 7 maybe as an average. So 15 should be enough to think a bit longer, but still not enough to think about everything as you would do in a turn-based game.
That makes sense. How about we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah,
sure.
Go offline and then come back. So I think we will restart the stream in about 5 minutes. And Arrigo, if you want, you can just exit this call, rematch, and start the game. Oh well, I guess you want to know that we are back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but we can write each other.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, so see you in 5 minutes.
Yes,
Okay.
sounds good.
Yep.
See you soon.
We'll be back after the
Break.
After
spot. I want to say.
Ads.
Okay, we don't have any sponsors.
Hello, we are back.
Hello.
We are about to start game number 3. I think Arrigo knows about it. Yes, I think something's happening.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, game is starting, and Zeus has the first turn.
Okay, now it's Zeus starting first, and for the first time in this match, it's the one with the, well, potentially excellent wonder advantage. The Piraeus is one of the best wonders in the game. It's debated whether it's better or not the Temple of Artemis, but it's acknowledged that both wonders are very, very strong and probably the 2 best wonders in the game. And now we have 2 non-extra turn wonders for Arrigo to pick from. The statue of Zeus is, well, the AI is very narcissistic and likes the statue a lot. It's the AI favorite non-extra turn wonder.
Yes.
And among the other 2, it's debated. Okay, so Arrigo gets the Temple, which is another very, very strong wonder, but this time it's Zeus that's going first, and with extra turn wonder advantage. It's unclear whether one wants to pick the Library of the Mausoleum. Probably the library, because no progress token. All the good progress tokens are in the box. Law, strategy, and theology. Makes sense to prefer the library to the Mausoleum, but it's very debated. We can see from the evaluation that Zeus is optimistic about this game, giving itself a 75% chance of winning.
So there are quite a few green cards visible, but Law is not available to Arrigo, only potentially to Zeus through the Great Library. So this time it might be difficult for Arrigo to pull off a science victory. It was potentially easier for Zeus.
Yeah, going for science without Law around, it's very difficult. I wouldn't push for it. And Zeus itself doesn't give scientific victory a lot of chances for any player. We'll see. It's a balanced setup for the first stage, I would say. Not many resources viable. All the yellow cards are visible. Just interesting.
Yeah.
Zeus picks the most expensive green card, because it doesn't want to leave Arrigo the green card for free. And I guess Zeus' next move, Arrigo probably just picked the workshop because
yes,
doesn't discard anything, and I think Zeus is going to discard the paths after that. Maybe build them, but probably discard them. It's unclear.
Yeah, so Arrigo, by building the workshop, could secure access to both the stone and the tavern. But in order to do so, he would have to reveal a bunch of cards immediately after. So not entirely sure he will do it.
Yeah.
Zeus will discard the bath probably, trying to get the tavern.
Yeah, so Zeus will discard the baths, and then I think Arrigo will play to the left so that he still has...
in order not to leave the tavern to Zeus, but this means that he will need to reveal at least 2 cards.
Yes.
And also the stone is important. Zeus already has 1 stone, can get 2nd, and it's difficult. Oh, that's an easy pick. Clayful is probably Bob's choice here.
It's less expensive.
It's uncomfortable for Arrigo, I would say.
Yeah, the production is still very shaky for Arrigo. Zeus has both the Piraeus and the Great Lighthouse, which are great counters to the statue of Zeus and to the Circus Maximus. So production-wise, Zeus is quite solid.
Yeah. Zeus is even more optimistic now. solid 70% chance of civil victory. Sprinkles of military victory. It's too early to.
Yeah, it's too early yes, to
Yeah.
put any account on those, but
Mhm.
surely the situation is much better than the previous games.
Yeah.
Yes. So
This
there
time
is,
Arrigo will have to sweat a lot to snatch a victory.
yes. So if Arrigo
Let's put
pulls
the
off
clay in.
the victory, he will deserve.
Not sure. Both the Wood Reserve and the Quarry are very good cards. I
Mhm.
think I would go for the Quarry, but it's close.
It is close also in the mind of Zeus. I think Zeus will take some time to make this choice based on how close the evaluation is for these two cards.
I mean, with the library, the Quarry, the Wood Reserve is very useful, but trying to get a stone monopoly is also
Mhm.
like something that can be painful for Arrigo. It's true that it doesn't have the statue, but
Yeah, against the statue of Zeus, trying to
Yeah.
get a monopoly is
it's not
harder.
as good as it normally is. And indeed, Zeus goes for the statue. Now it's an easy play.
This is
Mhm. Do you think Zeus will build the Piraeus at the end of the first stage?
Yeah,
yes, I think so.
definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Possibly even
I agree.
earlier than the end, depending on
Ah,
what,
Depending on how
on
expensive
what
the temple is,
Arrigo
but the
does.
temple is not very expensive.
That's true. But on the other hand, the temple is Arrigo's only wonder with an extra turn,
That is true. But
so very delicate to play it in the first
yeah,
stage.
and Arrigo can't have access to theology, like in any way.
Mhm.
Not very clear.
Maybe now could be time for the Piraeus.
What?
Definitely getting the lumberyard.
No,
No, well, not now.
You
Now
get the
the
lumberyard.
lumberyard is better,
Absolutely.
but after this move,
Okay.
probably.
Okay, I see.
After this move might be enough. Especially if Arrigo builds the clay reserve. If he discards it, it's unclear. But if he builds it, then I would probably go for Piraeus into
Mhm.
Tavern.
Yeah, very tricky for Arrigo because he doesn't have a lot of coins. He still has no yellow card, which means
Yeah, maybe we
difficult
should
one.
remind the audience, if it hasn't been mentioned before, that when you discard a card, you gain some coins, but the amount of coins depends on how many yellow cards you have. So you gain 2 coins plus the number of yellow cards.
Mhm.
I think discarding here
Oh.
is correct because now it's uncomfortable for Zeus.
But I would play the Piraeus to get the tower.
Mhm.
I probably would too.
Yes, and I think Zeus is going to do that. He's also thinking about Piraeus plus Great Library
That is
Oh.
odd.
to get a very early strategy or
Well, a
theology.
very early strategy is very powerful
Mhm.
to get strategy in the first stage, but to discard the tavern for that it's excessive. The tavern is one
Okay,
of the
no,
best
yeah,
cards.
Zeus can still build a
Because-
library with the next card, right?
Exactly.
It's very unlikely that Arrigo is going for the temple into the stone reserve. Might do it, but it's tricky. I think he is thinking on it.
Mhm.
Indeed,
No, it doesn't.
And now we'll probably see the library now. Try to get strategy out right now, and then maybe start with a 2 shield military card in the second age. That would be a very, very smart play.
Hey, it's interesting that Zeus prefers strategy over theology.
Makes sense because the lighthouse is the
It
only.
makes sense, yes, because if you get theology, you only get to use it once.
And maybe not even once because
Yeah.
you might not be able to build. Okay, but no
But there
strategy.
is
No strategy, theology, and law. It's unclear which one. Probably theology. Law is not. clear at this
Theology,
time.
yes. I think Zeus doesn't need to force with science. Just needs to defend the science.
Yeah.
And just go all in for a stronger economy.
Interesting. Oh, a quill.
Okay, this is maybe a small good
Well, it's not very useful. I mean, it's 7 points, but
Yeah.
maybe agriculture.
Agriculture is,
Thing, but
is always a good token, but it's not a game changing.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially dropping caravans.
yeah, the caravans. I mean, Zeus doesn't need the caravans.
No, but
No, but
Arrigo,
Arrigo
does.
Arrigo really does.
Might even play the Temple of Artemis now.
To get the caravanserai.
Get the caravanserai.
I mean, it's probably the one way to, but like giving up a sign token for that.
Architecture. Okay.
That's a play you don't see very often.
Yes.
Can we say Mamma Mia?
Mamma Mia. You need to
Is
be.
this a moment?
You need to be a strong player to know when to build architecture.
Never is a good approximation.
But probably Arrigo
Yeah,
has a better
How
approximation.
expensive were the Arrigo
It's true,
II
it probably has its reason.
before architecture? How expensive were they?
Very.
Very,
Very?
yes. I mean, it makes sense. Like Arrigo is a strong player, you know what it's doing, and architecture probably saves more than 6 coins.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
definitely more than 6 coins. It's unclear whether it's better than 6 coins and 4 points, but
no, it could be the good choice for short term being able to build wonders. Otherwise, you might need to wait too long.
yeah, and Zeus having theology means like Arrigo wants to have his 4 wonders
Oh,
out
yes.
as soon as
Yeah,
possible.
Exactly. That's a very good point, actually. Probably it's a key point.
I'm not sure I would have built the caravanserai if I were Zeus, but I mean, why not? You can build
Why
a
not?
lighthouse. You have so many
There
resources.
is
like
the statue. There is the statue of Zeus. On
Mm.
the
There's a
outside.
statue. There's a statue. That's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah, no, makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Didn't take that into account, but makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Oh, the double
Mm,
wood.
That
Double
is
wood,
going
this
to
is
be
very
annoying.
painful.
The double wood is something that Arrigo.
Really
Needed.
wanted.
We need to destroy with this wonder.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
the double wood will be destroyed.
That's going to build it. It's unclear, right?
Oh, really?
Really?
Interesting. Oh, huh. He changed.
This is very
He
strange.
changed his mind.
I mean, I
He is
sure
so
would
confident,
build it
so
either,
confident
but
about his
definitely I
position.
wouldn't like leave
Interesting.
it open.
Place. Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
This
indeed.
is,
So I think the double wood was the top choice at the beginning, but then after some thinking, the blue card.
Zeus changed his mind.
Maybe he decided to
In
just
fact,
go
that,
for
yeah,
the point
maybe
now.
Arrigo has enough economy to go on.
But he doesn't.
It doesn't.
I know.
I don't know. It's odd. I agree.
And after Arrigo builds the double wood, which he is not doing for some reason that
I would probably go on and build the other blue card. Like,
not
no
not
reason to build
the not the
middle
archery
right
range,
now.
not the archery range.
Instead,
Yeah, the center.
I would.
Archery
it
range
doesn't want to reveal. Zeus doesn't want to reveal cards.
The archery
That
range I
was-
think
Archery range
is a very solid choice.
Maybe that was the reason. I don't know. The archery range. Put some melee pressure, force Arrigo to counter, and then reveal 2 cards. I don't know. Still, it makes Arrigo like life easier to have that double wood.
Yeah, definitely.
Zeus is still very optimistic about this
Position.
civil victory, but Arrigo has to counter, right? Difficult not to pick
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah, he might get into a difficult position. He could discard the walls. He has the mausoleum, in case he needs the coins, but it's only for 2 coins. Arrigo still doesn't have a yellow card, which is
That is interesting. Might
Living
make
up-
sense, but
living
now I
up
would
the
go for
brewery.
the walls.
the walls. Yes, I mean
Also,
also
it's a fork, right? Like Zeus now has to choose whether to pursue middle victory, leaving money to Arrigo, which he desperately needs,
yes.
or take the coins, but then now Arrigo saved the bunch on the walls.
Yeah, so Arrigo is taking some risk to try and stabilize the economy, basically. And Zeus
Goes for it.
yes, calls the bluff and takes the double military. And now Arrigo can get the 6 coins. I think
I think he would do
It's
that.
close, yes.
Now build the aqueduct, discard the aqueduct.
mhm.
In the
Mhm.
meantime, we also have an interesting question in the
Uh-huh.
chat.
Oh, I see.
Michael is asking us if Zeus vary its thinking time based on the position.
Mhm. Yes,
Um,
it does within certain limits of taking at least some amount of time and not too much. But yes, if Zeus is undecided about a move, it takes more time
Oh,
to make the move.
And pushes on.
that makes sense.
Interesting. So there is another red card.
And Zeus wants to go for the military.
Zeus goes for it, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much only choice. Build a break ground here.
And also, we should mention that this way the final science symbol, the wheel, is not available. So for sure, Arrigo cannot win with science. So that might be also part of the reason behind this choice, to make absolutely sure that Arrigo cannot win with science.
Yeah, now science victory is off the table for Arrigo. It's almost off the table. Oh, it is off the table for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the library is gone.
Yes, correct.
And the military shield is going dangerously close to,
Yes.
to the end.
So let's remind our viewers that this military shield actually it's
conflict.
the same token, a conflict pawn. The same token that Arrigo uses to, as a
Good luck charm.
exactly. So once this token gets to this final position here, that would be a win, a military win for Zeus. So we are dangerously close.
Let's say that Arrigo still has the statue of Zeus, the Circus Maximum, and the Mausoleum open, so
Can defend.
he can defend,
Up to a
but this means that he has kind of give up his civil victory game, which is already not very solid.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, Zeus is using the military to put more pressure, and even if it's not going to win with military, that's still okay. Military is still playing a huge part in this game. For instance, now Arrigo needs to decide whether to take the forum to stabilize a little bit more, but probably, I don't know.
Forum is not immediately necessary, right? Papyrus is still
So the barracks
Barracks don't do
are
much.
a bad card, but
Yes,
this is a position where he maybe is forced to take it.
Yes, Barracks is probably the worst red card of the game. In fact, Arrigo does not build it.
It's intermediate choice, like doesn't build them but gets them out of Zeus availability, so why not, right?
And Zeus now is thinking about using its final extra turn wonder to avoid leaving the second mortar to Arrigo, because Arrigo would get the second mortar if no one builds extra turn wonders.
And that's 9 points, 7 plus 2.
Yes.
And even discarding it, it's not an option, right? Because the mausoleum is still around, so Zeus has to build it if it wants like to get rid of that threat. 9 points, a pretty big swing for a second age card.
Yeah, definitely. And the swings swings is what Arrigo really needs right now, because the situation is very, very difficult for him.
Papyrus is probably a given here. And also this way, like the wonders are built and still victory becomes even more difficult for Arrigo. Like he can't rely on points provided by his wonders. Probably discarding either of them. Probably doesn't make much of a difference. Arrigo can't build any, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Zeus doesn't need any.
Zeus doesn't need
Probably
anything.
relevant.
Zeus probably wants to have 8 coins.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to be sure because there is a crucial card in H3 which costs 8 coins.
A military card.
Praetorian. Gives 3 shields, which is almost game over. And we remind the audience that Arrigo is going to start, or at least the side will start third age because he's behind on the military track.
So Arrigo is the only one who still has an extra turn wonder, but it's a tricky. I mean, not like a groundbreaking wonder at this point, because if Arrigo starts the third age, then building the Temple of Artemis makes Zeus have priority on most cards. I mean, Arrigo now will have the option to let Zeus start.
No, but I
Gain
think he will
priority
start.
by building example.
Sorry?
There's a lot of military cards lying around.
In the visible part of the setup, so this means that it's not too bad for Arrigo to start and play the Temple of Artemis.
No, but if he starts and builds the Temple of Artemis, he's going to give priority on many of these cards to Zeus, so I think he cannot do it. I think
Arrigo starting and he's going for points.
I think yes, I think he needs to keep the Temple of Artemis until
It's unlucky here
quite
because
late.
that's a very strong guild to reveal. It's 8 points for
Yeah.
Zeus.
Yes, one of the best guilds.
Which Zeus will surely build.
Yeah. And well, we're 99%
On
chance of winning the evaluation.
on the civil victory side, it seems.
Seems that there's no chances at this point for Arrigo. It's too far behind on points and it's too far behind in military, and there's no way he can win with science. So it's almost over. Very unlikely that we can see any swing in the sage. It's just Zeus consolidating its position.
Okay, thinking about whether to build. Probably building this card makes more sense than discarding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Still looks like Zeus wants to make accurate moves until the very end. Hopefully accurate. Okay, 7 points for Arrigo.
Well, we can maybe answer another question that we had
Uh-huh.
in the chat before. That's why Zeus discarded the arena instead of building it in the last game, and the answer is that it was not relevant because he already won or lost. Like it all depended on the single card that we didn't see yet. It was the green card. Now we're probably going to see some of that behavior again. Like if Zeus has the win, it's probably going to make some moves that maybe
Don't matter.
suboptimal or not great, but it's just because it's winning and it won't change anything.
Maybe Sasha, do you want to mention the results of the poll? I don't think
Yes.
we went.
So the poll, we had a 28% of the voters that said that Zeus would win in 4 or fewer matches, which is not going to happen. And then 34%, 1 in 3, that says Arrigo is going to win 3-2, which is likely outcome. Then Zeus win 3-2, it's 15%, and Arrigo in 4 or fewer matches is 21%. They're all still on the table. We're pretty much 2-1 at this point. Again, this game is over.
Looks like it, unless Zeus made some computation mistake.
But at least Zeus doesn't feel the pressure.
Zeus is very comfortable. The temperature is nominal. Okay. So the final moves are
So yeah, now
being played out.
nothing is going to change the outcome. Arrigo has to build the arsenal, but that's not going to save him. only way to avoid a military defeat.
He will have to use the Temple of Artemis, but
Oh,
um,
that's another option.
probably maybe if I'm trying to read the mind of Zeus, Arrigo will have to choose between losing with military or losing with points.
+1 means game's over. Zeus
Looks
no,
like it.
Yeah.
it's going to win.
It knows.
% chance.
Well, Zeus thinks there's a 100% chance.
At this point, I hope like
It should be there then at this point.
And it's a military victory.
Oh well, there is still the Temple of Artemis there.
That is true.
Ah, yes, no, that's the Temple of Artemis. So yes, Arrigo will build the Temple of Artemis if he wants to go until until the end of the
Very
third
end.
age.
Last move, but
Yes.
Um,
I mean, there's also the Wonders actually. The
Yeah,
Circus
yeah,
Maximus.
exactly.
No, there are plenty of ways not to lose.
military.
what's the way other than
Building the
temple?
Circus Maximus now.
Ah, building the circus now. Yes, sure. It's probably counting points, but
Yes, he is probably counting the points, which we humans still need to do. But Zeus has so maybe we can remind people that the point count here does not take into account the guilds, the military token position, and mathematics.
Mathematics, yes.
No one has mathematics. The guilds.
no one likes mathematics.
No one. They decided to leave it out. But Zeus has +10 from military, +8 from the guilds. More than enough.
It's insulting its opponent by
More than enough.
not building.
Okay, and yes, Arrigo builds the Temple of Artemis.
And then
Yeah,
Not
that was
really.
definitely an example of very suboptimal move by Zeus, but again, that shouldn't change.
Okay,
The
and this is
outcome of
the
this
point
game.
count. Let's see if the computations were correct. Okay.
If it's one thing that
Yeah.
machines can do better,
this,
than
this, this should have been without doubt.
Okay. So congratulations to our AI.
Actually,
for
at
that.
least,
pack
yeah.
the box
Yes.
where Zeus lives,
Yes.
and we can welcome Arrigo in our
Welcome
Hello.
back.
Hello?
Welcome back, Arrigo.
tough game.
Very tough game.
Yeah. I mean, difficult position
Yeah,
Yeah.
from my
This
point of
time-
view, at least.
yeah. This time the setup was favorable for the AI.
Do you feel there was any point of the game where you were you had something going on for you, or was it?
Well, the Wonder draft for once was already not easy. I'm not sure I picked the best. Like, maybe I should have
I see.
picked the what's it called? The Alexandria, the Farum.
The
Like-
great,
The lighthouse.
the great
Lighthouse, yes.
Oh, I think
Not
we
sure.
No, I
agree.
think you did well. in the
But-
draft.
What was what were the four wonders of the first draft?
There was the Piraeus,
The Circus Maximus, maybe you picked.
the
Yeah,
statue of
I
Zeus.
picked the two military
starting-
ones. I was
They're
kind of
playing
hoping
Lighthouse.
to get the Colossus as a very last wonder, so that with 4 shield symbols, maybe I could
see, I
be
see.
a bit aggressive military. But it was already clear that it was a very, very tough setup because I'm behind with double turns. I have no way to get any extra turns. I'm second player, and
Yeah.
tokens are like point tokens. So I think first player here should be able to defend a point victory as it happened. There was
Yeah.
at some point I think at some point there was still some hope for a science victory, but I don't know, the wheel wasn't there at the end at all in second age. So
Yeah.
maybe Zeus tried to get the wheel when they repeated the turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yes,
I thought.
yes,
That's what I thought.
Very, very difficult, yeah.
Yes.
And it was very surprised when I was left the opportunity to take that double wood. That was like game over
yes.
for me.
We were debating that
Yeah.
quite a bit.
But
Yeah.
maybe Zeus was so sure to win by points. Civilly, how do you say that?
The civil victory, yes.
Civil victory.
We thought it
That
was
they
a
did-
bit too self-sure, but
Maybe he didn't care about resources because it was already good for him. And maybe with that choice, they forced me to uncover 2 cards at the same time. If I remember
So-
correctly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
at the beginning, the double wood was the top choice, but then after some thought, the blue card was became the better pick. So I think it was not
Close.
not obvious. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think there was any point in the game where I was like leading by this estimation, right?
No.
Yeah, that's correct. The analysis was like, I mean, civil victory always pretty much strongly favors first player, and if there's no counterplay, there wasn't in this game, like very difficult to go for science or military. Then
And
unlikely
yeah, I
to
was
see
not
big swings.
surprised by the double turn on the 4 coin yellow card at the in
Ah,
first
yes.
stage because
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a strong move. I was expecting that. I was hoping to get wood behind, but there was no wood as a
I see, I see.
compensation, but no compensation.
I see. Yes.
Yeah, we agree with that. Like we were expecting that, and I think you were correct in discarding the clay reserve because that left open for you the option of playing the sample afterwards, which you wouldn't have been able to do so. Like
Yeah, but I decided not to, so maybe I don't know.
yeah, but still, like it's uncomfortable for the opponent. Like he has to decide whether it's worth it to build a Pierce immediately or not. While if you build the reserve, then it's very clear that going for that play is best.
And by the way, Zeus was trying to go for strategy with the early Great Library. So,
Oh, sure, yeah. But okay. Theology is also strong, but I can see that
Yes.
strategy is even stronger because
But yeah, strategy was the top pick. Before seeing the 3 tokens.
yeah, theology only gives 1 extra turn and you have to use it quick to prevent the other player to build on 4 wonders. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we move to game?
Sure.
let's go.
Whenever
Game
you're
4,
ready.
is it?
Yeah.
Game
Game 4. Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
See you later. Good luck.
Bye, Arrigo.
Thanks.
Bye. Oh, yeah. Oh, audio issues.
Yes. So let's see.
So we are being invited.
Okay.
So,
Lorenzo.
yeah, your sound is terrible.
Yes, I think you have some audio issue. So how about we let maybe Francesco start leading the commentary.
Okay, so this is a start without any extra wonder token. So there shouldn't be a big disbalance on those. The wonders here are reasonably balanced as well, I would say.
Yeah,
The
the
tokens
circles
over
and the
there-
drones are not great. The mausoleum is pretty good, especially with all these nice progress tokens. I
So
would
yeah,
say.
there are two of the good ones are available, and it's probably we should say because theology is not available, and it will be a game with few extra turn wonders. Then the Great Library, if you find theology inside the Great Library, it might make a big difference.
Yeah, that's probably.
So this is
big
the reason
swing.
why he picked, I think.
I think the statue is the correct thing.
That was probably the correct one, although the lighthouse is a good counter to it. So
That is
again,
true.
not a big disbalance.
I think with the library, you want to avoid your opponent having a statue. You want to
Yeah,
be
sure.
able to build up on wood. And as first player, chances are you can do it. Clear. I would go for the statue.
By the way, we had again the small issue that we had 2 games ago, so we're going to give back 30 seconds to Arrigo because
Okay, there was a
yes,
time.
Zeus did not start and the clock was ticking for Arrigo. But we noticed that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here we have, well, the papyrus is already available.
Probably the best pick, and indeed
it's done.
the evaluation slightly favors first player, which is expected.
Exactly as expected.
Only slightly. Zeus is vaguely optimistic about chances of scientific victory.
But it's very,
I mean, it's
very
very
early
to
on to say, but
I guess now it's a very easy pick. Probably just discard
the stone here.
the garrison, right?
Very easy pick, which we don't know.
Maybe you pick the stone pit.
Stone,
Yeah, you can pick the stone pit and discard. But
I think.
Also, the clay pit could be a good pick because if you reveal a good card only to the left and Arrigo has to take it, then Zeus gets access to these 2 cards. So that it is actually a
Arrigo
bit
was
tricky.
playing, so plus
Oh,
4.
I see.
Last year
yeah.
is also good.
Now, well,
Now.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I got it
Switch
mixed
to
up.
layers,
But I think the thing still made some sense.
yeah.
No, it didn't make. I mean, it was against Arrigo picking the clay. Sorry. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
he might pick the clay now because if he reveals a good card on the left, at least he gets the.
Yes.
tavern.
No. Yes.
But
Well,
the
it's
good
on the
card is on the right.
Build it
But
to
still.
build or not to build. That is the
Oh,
question.
the penalty
Probably
points.
build.
Yes, because then
there is no
he
reason why.
has to
You
discard.
can discard later,
Yeah.
and now
I mean, yeah, either tavern or discard. So
Either
there
you
is,
get the tavern or
you have to discard, so
yes.
you get the money back. Makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
So it looks like we have a balanced fourth game, which is nice because this could already be a decisive game if Arrigo takes the victory.
I think the mausoleum with this strategy and law inside gives like a slight push for possible military or scientific victory for Zeus. Mausoleum is very strong wonder in this setup. Like you can use it to pick up some discarded like scientific symbols, discarded military cards. When you have good progress tokens available, the mausoleum is often a good pick.
and it's flexible. You can keep it until the 3rd age and get the boosted points if you think you need them. It's
Yeah. It is expensive as a wonder, like compared to say the temple. Now it's cheaper, but it's an accident. It's normally more expensive. But yeah, it's very flexible, and again, I think it correlates with the type of scientific progress tokens available. Like with good progress tokens, I would push for the mausoleum. With bad progress tokens, then the library probably overtakes it.
Okay, so Arrigo takes the green, but now Zeus is
discarding the
discard,
happy-ish with discarding the theater.
Although, I mean, between the tavern and the scriptorium, what would you pick in Zeus' position now?
Right. Maybe
you still reveal 2 cards. In the tavern is just so good.
But the scriptorium is might be a crucial card in this
That
game.
is true,
But they go on the other side.
Makes
so
sense.
For now, yes. Arrigo builds a blue card, so I think at a high level, it's important to know when to build a blue card in the first stage.
It's unusual, but for example, in this position, he has a 0 yellow card, so this card would only be worth 2
That
points.
is interesting.
This is an interesting move, yes.
I would not expect that. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference because
Maybe not.
I guess he really didn't want to pass
no,
the scriptorium.
If they pick, and I guess Zeus doesn't want to take the Claypool. Oh, and now it's an interesting fork.
Interesting.
right?
Arrigo needs to take the apothecary.
I think so. I think Arrigo needs.
And you can build a wood reserve afterwards, after Zeus picks the lumberyard. But yeah, leaving your opponent 3 sign symbols in the first stage with low available,
Yes,
very risky.
very-
We already saw it.
Yeah.
Very risky. But also taking it now means that Zeus can get the stone also at the end,
That is true.
which is nice for Zeus.
Zeus, the stone and the wood.
And the wood.
Yes.
Yes, stone and wood,
Yes.
yes. Unless Arrigo builds the Appian
Yeah.
Way,
I mean,
which is possible.
It's possible, but it doesn't have enough coins if he builds both the apothecary and the lumberyard, which he probably needs if Zeus picks the.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
if the apothecary and the.
Oh yes,
wood
yes, yes,
reserve.
because he doesn't want to discard the apothecary because
I mean, the mausoleum is available, so discarding the apothecary doesn't help.
exactly. He doesn't want to discard it.
He has to build it. It probably has to build. I mean, if he builds the apothecary, then Zeus has a good lead on resources. If he doesn't, and if he does, and then discard the lumberyard, then it's a bit more difficult with the economy because wood is missing. Then you can play the Appian Way to get the stone. But you know,
I
it's
think
a
it is-
very delicate moment. I
Arrigo
would
is
really
thinking
like
of
to
this
see
move.
what.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's rather crucial. Well,
Yes,
it's a delicate move, exactly.
it's
The-
very delicate. Yes, very
I would
delicate.
really like to see what Zeus is thinking.
Yes.
Position. Goes for the wood.
Okay,
Easy.
wow.
The
And
apothecary.
now,
Oh, and
science
Zeus is
victories.
very happy about getting the 3rd science symbol, and I tend to agree. It is
You tend to
very,
agree.
it is very strong. Basically, Arrigo will need the 2nd mortar to take law in the 2nd age.
Yes, otherwise it's going to be very difficult. for
So the
Zeus.
2nd mortar is going to be a very crucial card of the 2nd age.
Do you build the Claypool? Do you discard the Claypool?
You build the Claypool.
You build the Claypool.
But then the Appian Way is coming, and you're kind of short on money at the beginning of the second
Right,
age.
because, yes. So the green card. how
He is
expensive
fine.
are they?
In fact, Zeus is undecided. Although
I mean, how much do the green cards cost? That's relevant, right?
Yes, that's quite relevant.
well, he has the library.
Especially
Zeus has the
the-
library for free.
Especially the 2nd mortar.
The
Second
dispensary.
mortar costs
Cost
Clay.
rings, so maybe been building it's 4 coins, which is still in the range of a 4.
So this is an Appian Way for sure or not?
another delicate decision, I think. Very delicate.
Because there are not many. It's the only external wonder,
No,
right?
he
I
doesn't
would've
do it.
gone
He
for
doesn't do it. He
but
doesn't.
But if 5 coins are not enough to build the dispensary for him.
It is. They are.
No, he had 5 coins. 5 coins is the Appian Way, so he gets only 3.
But he can build a statue. Can hide the
Hide
dispensary.
the dispensary.
Oh, the dispensary is
No, no,
free
it's-
for
it's free,
it.
it's free
Sorry,
for
yeah,
that.
that's the
Right,
link.
and there's the linking symbol.
But now that is starting.
Okay, and the mortar is available.
It's
Is,
available.
Is visible. sorry.
Visible.
Visible
Visible.
now, and the temple is there. And now I think that
Oh, very tricky.
has an edge.
Zeus, yes, he's thinking about starting the 2nd age.
I mean, just
I'm
can
building.
choose who starts. So Brad can choose who has priority on the mortar.
Yes.
Also counting taking
Do we
extra
know
roll
the answer to this? I don't quite remember.
Hmm?
Who does Zeus have? So basically, the question is who is forced to build the forum, right?
Yes.
Who's forced to build the forum? So Arrigo, Zeus, Arrigo, Zeus, Arrigo, Zeus, Arrigo, Zeus, Arrigo, Zeus, Arrigo, Zeus, Arrigo. Ah, looks like Zeus is forced. But in doing this, we are. I mean, there is the laboratory.
Exactly.
There is not the school in the middle of this. So the laboratory is definitely important because Zeus could get low before we get close to the mortar.
The thing is, Zeus has to keep 3 coins.
Yes, Zeus needs to keep 3 coins open for the temple.
Zeus doesn't have 3 coins at the moment, but I
But
mean, it's
they-
not urgent, of course. I think Arrigo can make a safe play and either build or discard the right ground, not open the temple. Zeus is then forced to discard the temple,
Yep.
and then it gets priority on the level, the laboratory. Then that's enough to secure law, and if the 5th token comes second age, then it's
So Arrigo discards. Yes.
Arrigo discards. 70%.
Interesting. So
now
Zeus.
optimistic,
No.
discarding.
Okay, this is.
Oh, this is interesting.
strange.
Discarding that, then I guess he forces
He
his
forces
opponent
the only-
to take
Mhm.
a double turn, and then it has priority on the other green cards. Can take.
No, but
No, that doesn't make sense.
No,
no, that's
That doesn't make sense.
That
It's a
is
bit
strange.
strange,
That
no?
is strange. Yes,
Because
that is very strange.
this gives up completely the
Yeah,
scientific
the scientific
victory.
game. What's
Ah.
happening?
Interesting.
Ah,
That is
Oh.
interesting.
Hmm.
It's giving up science.
Was
this
this
move-
was this a blunder? Was
this
this
a
a very
blunder?
big blunder?
mm.
So what's happening in terms of economy? So does Zeus get enough compensation? So Arrigo would would build the Appian Way, so basically give up his only at the moment extra turn to take the second mortar and a useless
Low token,
Low
yeah.
token. Is this enough compensation for Zeus?
Not necessarily useless, but most likely useless.
Probably useless. Probably useless. Not
Not
100.
certainly,
Not
yes.
100% sure. I would probably do it. If I was Arrigo, I would probably
Yes,
build
yes.
the Appian Way.
Absolutely. You have a strong economy, you remove the main threat, and then you can go on and try to win on points. I wonder why did Zeus play this
Yeah,
one?
it did look like a blunder.
I mean, from his analysis, Zeus evaluates, okay, that he gives up some of the scientific victory to gain
But
but
43% is a lot.
still a lot, yes.
So that's that would be a 43% based on Arrigo not building the Appian Way right now, which he does not.
Which he
does
okay.
not.
So apparently,
We
Well,
will
this is
have
a crucial. This is another crucial point.
Yes.
Is there theology?
Theology, it is.
There is theology.
Okay.
Big change.
Oh, but there is also the quill revealed.
Ah,
That is another complication to.
Is law arriving?
Okay.
I
So
think yes.
Economies are
Law
according to this
Law must be arrived. Oh my god. Economy?
economy. The
What?
hell
What?
What?
No,
They-
that is very weird.
Zeus is very confident about his point.
No,
civil
wait.
Temple
Wait.
to-
No.
oh
We
my
have the
God.
Temple of Artemis
Changed his mind?
for the mortar is
the mortar?
now the top pick.
It is
Okay, he
happening.
goes for it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, so it's 4 symbols.
Okay.
And now Arrigo has
Ah.
to take up all the scientific symbols
Mhm.
to avoid
Yeah.
law, which is going to be like
Like
costly for him.
difficult and costly.
So Arrigo, yes.
But Arrigo has theology.
Arrigo has theology. Yes.
Also, three extra turns. So
Up to 3.
Arrigo will we'll have to take the barracks, probably use them to build a wonder and take
Yes.
the level behind.
Yes.
Like
He-
now the
yes.
library is the only play, I think.
The library, yes. And he needs
the
to
quill,
build
right.
it. He needs to build it without a wonder, by the way.
with
No,
the-
wait. Also with a wonder. potentially.
Also with a
a
wonder,
wonder. Maybe. He can build it. But he cannot discard it really. Okay.
Appian Way
goes
is
for a
Yeah.
coming,
wonder.
makes sense.
Why not the statue? He wants
Why
to
not?
use the statue on a
Yeah.
better.
So the statue is delicate because you give up you give military disadvantage to your opponent. I'm not sure Arrigo wants to give up the possibility of starting the third age. So if Arrigo doesn't build any more wonders, who's going to start the third age? So it's Zeus, Arrigo, and then we have
It's Arrigo.
It's Arrigo. Okay, so Arrigo maybe does not want to build to to advance on the military track in order to start the third age. I think this is a very delicate thing to consider.
Lighthouse.
Okay, so I think it makes sense for Zeus
Yeah,
to start building the wonders.
To put pressure on Arrigo to
Arrigo
play
has to
his.
build the laboratory. Like if he uses that for wonder, then again he loses
Yes.
priority. Who has priority on the wheel? At the
Oh,
moment?
the wheel. I think Zeus has priority on the wheel right now, actually. Oh,
So
I think
Arrigo
Zeus.
needs to build a one.
I think Zeus made a very good choice by going left first, because now he forced Arrigo on the laboratory, and Zeus can take this hidden card, and if I'm not mistaken, Zeus would get priority on the school, which would mean that Arrigo needs to build another wonder and lose priority to start the third age. So that's pretty interesting, actually.
But if Arrigo builds the statue now, say, and takes the card behind that,
Yes, but probably that's the best choice right now, because he probably needs to build a wonder at this point.
yeah, Zeus
again.
can just
So
make the fourth
yeah, so at this
leaders-
point,
Well, sorry, discard them, I guess.
no, the laboratory. He needs to.
No, I mean after this move.
No, I mean even now he can build, say, the statue of Zeus with the laboratory.
And
So-
then
Yes,
do
that's what I was
something
saying.
with the
Yeah,
card.
the
okay.
statue takes the card behind it, and then Zeus has to
Zeus has to.
Yeah. reveal the cards on the left.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guess.
Play the Circus Maximum, maybe.
No, actually,
No, actually, no. Actually,
Zeus
Zeus
does not
probably
go-
would probably
yeah,
play on the right.
Zeus
right?
would go to the right. Yes, that's true. So. Okay. Super interesting second age, I
Statue
think.
coming, probably discarded.
So Zeus is thinking about more wonders. That makes sense. Well, wait. There is a small argument in favor of keeping 2 wonders so that he can use the mausoleum in case it is needed. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's not that important actually. No,
Okay, now
I think this is fine.
and now the statue has to come.
Mm-hmm.
It
Or
doesn't.
later. Okay.
Okay, that was lucky of Arrigo. No green card here.
I think there were no more
Was one
green
more, right?
cards.
Oh yeah,
no,
one is behind the Appian Way.
Yeah, I think all of them were already revealed. Yes.
Alright.
There was the situation earlier with the quill, the
Yeah,
mortar,
you're right,
and
They're all out.
the-
And Arrigo needs to build a wonder to take the school, right?
Yes. But giving up the beginning of the third age.
The beginning of the third age, yes, and it's going, and
Oh, wait.
he'll be left with no
Is Zeus
extra wonders after that move because the mausoleum is coming.
actually Zeus is thinking about discarding the?
This is Arrigo's move.
It's
Discard-
Okay. Oh.
He discarded. Zeus
Okay.
discarded.
No, but I mean the mausoleum is coming before the end of this age, right? Because
Yes.
Yeah.
it has to. And now Arrigo is going to start
Mhm.
like not start the third age and not have any extra turn wonder.
Oh yes, that is true. That is true.
So
Oh, that
Zeus
is very interesting.
is going to choose who starts the third age.
Well, I guess Arrigo still has the choice to keep the extra turn and
Yes.
let
And
Zeus
start, and the side
with
who
the-
starts,
with
but
5
then it has to give up law for that. It is a big risk to
It's
give
a
up
very
law.
risky.
Yes.
On the other hand, the setup would be decisive, and
Yes.
machines can compute better than humans. So
I think, I mean, I still value quite a bit the ability of humans to to look at the entire structure of the third age and make good choices. So Zeus is thinking
Probably
about
building the mausoleum and then thinking about
mausoleum. Yes.
what to pick up. Makes sense. Bolster the economy a little bit.
Okay. So more economy in case science goes goes bad, because now Zeus is also okay. I think we are
Economy is pretty strong for Zeus.
something interesting is happening.
It's Arrigo's turn.
Yes, I think we have some technical issue on our side, but we will try to ignore it and hope that the games goes okay. I think Zeus. So we might have an awakening of general artificial intelligence here because Zeus started thinking when it was
When
not,
it's
not supposed to think. Okay,
But it is an issue.
so hopefully it's not a big
at the
issue. It's
moment,
just
Zeus. Oh.
He did well.
No, I mean, is it? Oh, okay, whatever. I'll keep this question for later.
Okay.
The pyramids.
okay. We could no.
To avoid this,
To
to avoid
to start
to
the
start.
age.
to go. No, but to avoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Now he's
it's
behind
certain,
me.
yes.
Because of the Circus Maximus.
Yes.
I forgot about the Circus Maximus.
I thought the statue had to come, but no.
Oh,
it's the pyramids.
yes.
Pyramid.
I completely forgot the Circus Max in this scenario. It's bad for Zeus that the Circus Maximus had the
Had the
shield.
shield.
Yes.
Okay, so now Zeus wins with any 2 green cards.
Correct.
Scientific victory is not off the table for Arrigo either, though. I mean, he needs to pick 3
Ah,
cards for
ah.
that, but it is a possibility.
Interesting. That is definitely true, and Zeus actually knows about it. So Arrigo played probably accurately to secure the beginning of the third age.
Wow, this is a really master level play.
Oh, and note that Arrigo does not have a lot of money. Oh,
Ah,
Oh,
the
gives
cards.
up.
he gives
He
up.
gives up the.
he gives up the
possibility-
science.
the
I think this is one of the
I
many
think this was a
questions.
mistake.
Mhm.
I think this is one of the many questions that we need to ask Arrigo if he thought about keeping the buying the wheel at the end of.
I think
the
this is a
second
mistake because he has to build a green card. Well, I mean, the mausoleum is gone. So
No, he doesn't have to.
you can discard them.
Yeah.
But he gave up the possibility of
Yeah.
a science victory, which starting first, it was definitely a possibility.
Now it's a big moment.
Okay. So I think Arrigo is
Has a favorable
happy-ish.
start.
Happy-ish, yes. He will start
Happy-ish.
and get rid of the study.
Exactly. Because Arrigo has priority on both copies of the sundial. Now Zeus has priority over this armillary sphere. Zeus only has priority like
2 hidden cards.
on 2 hidden cards. Yes, the one below this sundial.
And one
No,
of the-
actually not.
No?
I'm
One
not
of
even
the
sure
middle
about
ones.
the middle ones. I mean, I don't remember on the top of my head because there is this green
Ah.
card here, so I
You
think I will need to
take
think.
it, yes.
Okay, Zeus says 40% of scientific victory.
But again, Zeus is confident about something like the civil game.
Yes, he is just thinking.
Which is
about,
odd because
Which exactly it's all.
Arrigo is kind of like they're pretty much even on points and the economy is good for both players. I'm not sure I'd buy this evaluation. But I mean
Yeah, I don't know.
Very
Interesting.
confident.
Interesting. So now he
He can
will
play
building, I
build
guess.
this
why
one.
not?
very tense third age. Arrigo is. I mean, from our
Oh,
step,
because the 7 pointers are all available to Zeus.
but will he be able? Those 7 pointers. Do you think he will prefer
I mean,
7
one of
pointers
them is
over-
coming, and you can
we don't
decide
know.
after seeing some
Mhm.
other cards. Like,
Mhm.
You can see.
those options.
That's true. So at a glance, it would look like Arrigo is still in the game. Zeus is not.
No, Zeus doesn't
Does,
agree.
does not agree.
Just not agree.
He's very confident.
Okay, another blue card. It is
Pushing
true.
for a civil victory now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Arrigo's economy is not great at all. Having only the customs house to
Pay for the
to
gray.
pay for the gray cards is very bad.
That's
in the
true.
third
But he
age.
has a lot
He
of
has a lot of
money. He
money.
has one each of the basic resources.
No, yeah,
It's not terrible.
No,
It is
he has a lot of money, but he loses 1 point on average on every card.
now
Just,
it's an interesting moment. What?
Oh,
what's
yes,
this
right.
going to
Changing his mind
take?
rapidly,
Seems
but
that the palace is
pushes for point.
favored,
Palace seems to
which
be
probably
the...
makes sense because, like,
Very interesting.
scientific victory chances are not great. They're good,
Yeah,
but they're not great.
Yeah.
Yes. He goes for the blue. Oh, and Arrigo, Arrigo says yes in a not very happy way. Arrigo seems to agree. Oh, and
Oh,
Arrigo-
The other one, which
Okay.
That was a good play by. Well, no, sorry, never mind. That would have been a victory.
that
Still open, still open. Forces
the
Arrigo
last,
to
the last
like,
Yes.
card, yeah.
forces the last card.
to play to get the green card. Arrigo has to play for that. Can't afford to leave that behind, and that it has to make concessions for this.
Mhm.
Zeus is confident now.
This guild is
Saying
good, but probably not
100%.
good enough. Not good enough.
Game is over. Game is over.
Wow. Wow! Mamma mia! Again. Mamma mia.
Back
So-
in the game. It's going to be
Okay.
2-2,
Is the table completely turned?
and we're
No.
going to need game 5.
I think
Wow.
this is as much show as
we
could ask
we
for.
could ask, yes, exactly.
So the final moves. Arrigo needs to do something with the red card, otherwise
Yes,
Zeus
absolutely.
with
By science.
science.
You will play at this point, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
You will
Doesn't
play
matter.
it, but it doesn't matter.
Nothing matters. Nothing
Cards.
matters. And then Zeus gets
Is,
also the guild, which is
Uh-huh,
ton
yeah.
of points.
Yes.
Huge lead
Mhm.
in points.
Mhm.
That was a great game.
And yes, a great win because the initial position was not easy.
Not
for
exactly.
them.
Yeah, it was a
It was balanced, but yeah, pretty solid win.
yes,
Points.
yes.
Impressive,
Wow.
impressive.
That is very, very, very interesting game. Wow. Let's see when Arrigo comes back. I think I can update the score. It's going to be 2-2. And let me also reset.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back, Arrigo. Wow,
What a game.
what a game.
Yeah, this was was my favorite one so far.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Super
H2
interesting.
was so difficult.
Yeah. There were many plays that left us like shocked.
Very good
Both
play, yes.
from you and the AI were like, what are they doing? And then it didn't make sense. I was impressed, very impressed.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe you were right anyway.
No. Then we realized
No,
afterwards
no,
that that
we
was
had to
what was
think a lot, yeah.
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 We have a question, I think. On the second stage, you could have built the last scientific card and tried to go for a
Science victory.
science victory, right? You could have built a wheel that left you with 3 scientific symbols, very few coins, admittedly, but then
Yeah,
that
that was
leaves.
the problem.
Not enough to buy the initial sundial of the third
True.
age in returns, but
But
uh-huh.
yeah, it wouldn't have changed the result. But discarding that was a mistake anyway, because I couldn't get the points at the end.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, start of H3, but anyway, it wouldn't change
Yeah.
because the point difference is so big. Yeah, I didn't think it was so big, so I was a bit surprised when Zeus picked 7 points.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
at that point it was already feeling very confident about a civil victory, and
Yeah,
it just
makes
gave
sense.
gave up on the greens and went with the civil victory. It felt almost certain to get it already by that point.
So it was definitely the right choice. They would have won science anyway, because there was another science card behind, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
but yeah, makes sense. 16 points is a lot, so it really doesn't depend on the flips.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the beginning of the
yeah.
third age, Zeus was optimistic. But even throughout the second age, I think after the setup,
Yeah.
when with all the green cards available and with Zeus having priority on most of them, that was already like a very tough position for you.
Yeah, I think again, it was a science game. We were so focused about science, but I didn't realize I didn't have good resources. So at second age, I had to defend against science. That was a very tough position. When I could have taken an extra turn to take the mortar,
Yeah, and take out the
and
science
then that
victory
would have
from.
been like, maybe
Oh
I
yeah,
should
that was
have chosen
another
low.
crucial, another
But
crucial point. Yes, we
the
were
thing is
wondering.
that I didn't know if I had theology yet,
Yes, that's true.
and that's the problem. If I don't get theology, then I think I lose anyway, and because Zeus has control, they can get strategy and attack me. I mean, it's a mess. But
yeah,
probably still leaving Zeus with 4 different symbols and blow inside was not good, because they really forced me to play a very bad second age to defend science.
So maybe this goes back to the first stage.
Yes.
So when you left the
The third.
True, there was yeah, there was surely probably a mistake, I guess. Did you see the
yeah, Zeus had a big jump in evaluation.
yeah, then
He was much
I
happier after getting the third science symbol. Yeah.
Yeah, the reasoning was that I didn't want to discard it because Zeus has
Mausoleum,
anyway.
Yeah,
Mausoleum.
sure. Yeah,
And
it was very tricky.
if I take that and I take the science behind, yeah, maybe that was just not the science, sorry, the wood reserve. Then I cannot end H1 with
Yes.
extra turn, but that's not important, because I didn't do it anyway, so that was surely the right choice.
Yeah.
That was
makes
where
sense.
the game was decided, or most of the game was decided, I think. Yeah,
It was
mistake.
a critical point, yes. Well, very, very difficult.
Yeah, a very difficult
I would have taken the tavern as well.
I think most players would have taken science out of defense. I tried to play a bit more aggressively on resources, but yeah, with low, it's always very risky. Sure, yeah.
In any case, this was a pretty balanced game. So also according to Zeus, the evaluation was very close to 0 at the very beginning of the game.
Oh, nice.
After the Wonder Draft. So it started off as a pretty balanced game apparently.
Yeah,
which is what
makes
we
sense.
wanted to see.
Yes.
We were hoping that you would not get a too easy setup. And you definitely did not get an easy setup.
And so we're going to game 5.
Good, so it's game 5.
Yes.
And this is not a ruin, but I have to create a new table from scratch, right?
Yes.
Exactly. And I think we deserve another break. What do you think?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe 5 or 10
We'll
minutes.
keep like the tension up for
Yes.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, all people in the world, because we're going to game 5, the final decisive game, to see if humankind still has a chance against machines. No, okay, I'm joking.
No, we're kidding. All prize our machines overlords.
Okay.
So 5 minutes or
5 minutes?
Well, we'll write each other.
5 to 10 minutes. Feel free to take your time. Take the time you need, Arrigo.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Season.
Okay, so we are back. To entertain you during the pause, we launched a poll asking you which scientific symbol represents you the most. Francesco, what scientific symbol represents you?
Clearly, the armillary sphere.
Why?
Why? The armillary sphere is it was the symbol of the King of Portugal,
Is it?
Manuel I. Yes,
Really?
as everybody knows, it's still there on the flag of Portugal.
Of course, like
It represents the spirit of discovery.
We all knew
everyone
that.
knew that, didn't you?
I think more and more people are actually identifying
Identifying
themselves.
Fine with your
The
move.
armillary
That
sphere.
makes sense. It's
Clear,
very
clear win.
spherical, I would say.
Okay. Great. I think we can tell Arrigo that we are ready and that he can start the final game. We are ready.
So
If
already
any
knowing
Portuguese is listening, they can confirm our.
so already knowing who will be the first player.
Oh,
that's
yes,
important.
yes,
important.
The starting player will get probably some advantage in this final game. And the table is created.
Oh.
And
Arrigo.
Arrigo is starting. Okay. I think this is fine right now.
Okay.
This is
Up and way and probably statue for Zeus. We remind you that Zeus is very narcissistic and likes the statue a lot.
okay.
And
Okay.
so Arrigo's first, but Zeus has an advantage in extra turn wonders, so that should
Yeah.
make for a fairly balanced game. I think the wonder draft heavily favors
Yes.
Zeus.
Wonder draft is good, but Zeus is not very happy
It's
actually.
a balanced situation. Zeus is second player, but has one extra turn advantage. But on the other hand, the other wonders.
Yeah,
are
example is
even
very
balanced.
strong. The pyramids are not great. The Sphinx is the worst extra wonder.
So yeah, I mean Zeus is not happy, and I agree. I think
After the
yeah, let's see after
After
the
the
setup.
setup, yes.
But I think
Lumberyard for me. Lumberyard or press.
Also, the setup is interesting. Like two of the press and lumberyard are among the best cards.
and also if this card is taken early, then Zeus gets access to both Claypool and Tavern. So it's very tricky that the two best cards are here for Arrigo.
Okay, so the setup probably favors Zeus a little bit.
Still, I mean, I feel like this is Arrigo's game to defend, and for Zeus, it has to, turn the cards against Arrigo.
Yeah, going first is big advantage. Then again,
Yes.
an extra replay wonder. And Arrigo goes for the stone exactly to prevent what you're saying, right?
I think so, because Arrigo is very good at this kind of first stage maneuvers.
But this means leaving up some very good
Both
cards.
right?
Yes,
Because if the
yes.
lumberyard, if Arrigo takes the lumberyard, then
Yes, exactly.
I'm not sure I would have done that. Like leaving both lumberyard and papyrus to Zeus, it's very bold move.
Yes. In fact, I mean, after all of this, Zeus is a little bit more confident about its position. Arrigo is taking quite some time for the first moves of the first stage, which is not super common. It is very tricky. Yes.
I would have loved to see the evaluation before Arrigo's pick.
Yes. We could get it
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. Yes.
Going for a stone monopoly and
Okay.
seeing two cards if Zeus picks the lumberyard, which is still I think it's the correct pick.
Yes.
It's a very strong card.
Lumberyard, yes, is probably one of the best cards of the first stage.
The evaluation is swinging. Maybe the clay reserve, like that also likes the clay reserve, but it's very close. It's very close. seeing two cards is a big advantage, and if Arrigo picks the right one, then the rightmost one, which is pretty good. That's
Good.
not
Okay.
good news for
good
Zeus.
for Arrigo, yes.
Yes, this is
Indeed,
this is
that
good
was an
for-
easy
good
pick.
for Arrigo.
And indeed, the evaluation got
Goes down.
significantly worse.
Yes. So it's still a game that Zeus needs to climb in order to equalize.
Also, the Wonder draft, like it's true that Zeus is like leading on extra turn wonders, and that statues is very strong, but library with law and strategy outside, and then also dealing with theology inside, they're both like can both be decisive.
Yes.
Theology for Arrigo would make such a huge difference, and he's in a good position to achieve it.
Yes, Arrigo, I think, has pretty good reasons to get some science cards, which I guess is the reason why he's not immediately getting the clay.
Yeah.
I think Arrigo, I mean, Arrigo would like to take the clay, but probably science is more important for him. And Zeus, I mean, Zeus is the second player, so he's the one that needs to, reveal good cards essentially at this point. So not an easy position for Zeus. Evaluation is still around minus 0.3, so it is considered bad, but not awful.
Very much can change depending on what happens, what cards get revealed.
So Zeus gives up the science, which I think makes sense because it would happen anyway, and if Zeus...
He was low on coins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was almost inevitable.
Building, yeah. Now Tavern is going, I think.
Okay, notice that Zeus builds a blue card. So we saw this in the previous game.
Even though the play pool is not very bad for Arrigo.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Not clear. Forces Zeus to reveal two cards. It's not very clear. The Tavern is a very strong card. And now the economy gets good for Zeus. So the Stone Reserve is a very strong card. The evaluation is...
It's positive.
Positive.
The evaluation is now positive.
Oh.
Because now Arrigo also has to reveal some cards, which was not... one card, I suppose. Which was not the case necessarily. Okay, unfortunately
good
for
one.
Zeus, it's not a good card.
Very good one. Now it's 50%.
Carded.
I think it can be built and then you can discard the garrison. I think you can build this blue card, honestly.
Unless you want to go for an early extra turn and get priority on the... But as a second player, you don't want to do that.
I think it's too late. I think this
As
has
a
to be
second
done
player,
early.
you don't want to do that.
I think it's too late. I mean, maybe we should need to check what these two cards could be.
I mean, they
There
can
are all
be
the
green,
other
like
green
there's
cards.
still three
There are
green
three
cards
green
on
cards.
the side.
There are three green
If
cards.
both of them are green, then it's not great for Zeus. But I think it's probably a necessary risk to take. Like, building an extra turn wonder as a second player is really awful.
I think Arrigo was considering building the red card because he's first player. He doesn't want to use the Temple of Artemis, and he had a lot of coins, so it was maybe a possibility.
That is true.
Food reserve is good for Arrigo with the great library to build.
Yes,
But
definitely.
it's not green, which improves the evaluation.
That is true. If Zeus manages to not reveal a green card, that would be okay. I think that's
not
positive.
green.
I mean, all cards were good.
Okay,
I
so
suppose.
it would be a game not based around science, probably.
Well, we don't know yet. But
We don't know yet. But yeah, with 3 scientific symbols not visible in the first stage, out of 3, that's unclear. And now Zeus has bigger chances, I guess, because the economy is good. Even as a second player, he managed to build some decent economy. Like glass is lacking, but the basic resources are there. They cost money, but not that much money. And he has
Yes,
ways to gain coins.
nine
The
points.
next wonder can really turn the tide now.
Oh, and the mortar.
And the mortar is arriving
the
immediately,
mortar
which
super
is
important.
not good news for
The
Arrigo.
mortar. The mortar. is-
Really not good news for
Mhm.
Arrigo. Theology is gone now.
Mhm.
I think there's just one move, which is you take out
The mortar somehow.
the dispensary, either burying it
Building
burying
it.
it.
in a wonder
In a
or
wonder.
just building
Uh-huh.
it.
Yes, looks like we're going
Probably
to see
building
a wonder.
a wonder is correct.
We're going to see a wonder.
The statue, probably the statue.
So Zeus is going to build its own statue at the beginning of the second age to try and defeat his human opponent.
That was indeed not good news for Arrigo.
So a lot of thinking here by Zeus. I mean, it's clear that you want to do something with the mortar, but maybe the question was the exact best thing.
I think the question was just which card to destroy.
Which
He
card
destroyed
destroyed?
the clay.
The clay.
The clay.
So the caravanserai will help Arrigo now.
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
there's some issues with the evaluation bar,
Mhm.
I guess.
I think you are still seeing a bug that we encountered earlier. So it's probably going to be fixed by itself. We're just going to see Zeus losing some time because of some. Well, basically, there's. I think there's a bug in retrieving the correct game state from Board Game Arena, and this is what's happening now. So I think Zeus still believes to be in the past, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's see.
Would
See
it
if we
fix
get,
itself?
Past it. Still. Let me think if maybe it's a good idea to restart. Who's losing time, by the way? This is all on.
We can
Zeus
entertain
clock.
you with another poll, maybe.
What
We can
is the-
discuss which
Okay.
wonder do you prefer, like the Temple of the Piraeus? Oh, okay, we're back. We're back.
We're
still
back,
open,
yes.
okay, right?
Okay, I think Zeus lost some time to think about the previous moves, but now we're
Still open the
back
poll.
on track.
Which wonder do you prefer, the Temple of Artemis or the Piraeus?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, yes,
using-
there.
Okay. Zeus built
Zeus is
the
building is
the blue card.
blue card. Going for points makes sense.
I think.
Yes. That's it. These two are like,
Consider the best.
yeah, the best two wonders around.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of the temple myself.
I would definitely say the temple. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's interesting because I am quite sure that Arrigo prefers the Piraeus. We can ask him, although we will probably have better things to talk about after this game. Yeah, these are the top two wonders of the game, both
What is
extremely
Arrigo
strong.
going to do now? Going
Mhm.
for points and leaving the military card. Just, I mean, the stone monopoly is not going to help him because of the
Stone
stone
reserve.
reserve.
So
Mhm.
So
the stones are not
Shelf
useful.
Core is useless. Like discard it, maybe build the circus. It's probably a good move. You get rid of the papyrus.
Oh,
Okay.
but yeah,
But
the
there's
forum.
the
But
forum.
the
There's
forum,
forum.
is revealed, and that counters this move pretty
Mhm,
handily.
Yes, so Zeus can fix the economy. I mean, still not
Not
a very good
yeah,
economy, but
but,
very basic.
There
very
is
basic.
Very
no gap.
Yes.
You can survive, discard some cards, get some coins, buy
Uh-huh.
the cards you need. It's
Yes,
doable, it's not
And
exciting, but
again,
build a
it's
ton of
striking
chains.
the confidence that Zeus has on his.
So he has 4 blue chains
Yeah.
available, which might play a role at this point. Science is probably out of the science victory is probably not doable for anyone at this point. Because well,
it's not technically
Not-
impossible.
no, okay.
not
but
impossible.
Technically
yeah,
for
I mean,
Arrigo.
it's
For
not
Arrigo.
very likely, especially for Arrigo.
yes,
The
because of the
library
great
is there,
library.
Yeah.
you can build a bunch of greens, but probably a temple, or you discard the red, unclear. Build a temple, discard the parade crown. Discard the parade crown. Building a temple was not an option. I might have done that. But now, I mean, Arrigo might want to build a laboratory. It's unclear. I mean, you can still put some pressure, but it's probably a waste of
It's a
money.
weak threat. It's a threat,
It's
but
a
only
weak
a
threat.
remote threat. So
It's really a weak threat.
easily countered.
Still, it's a door that you're
Yeah.
closing.
I think he's thinking about it. I mean, he doesn't have to do it now. He can also
Yeah.
build the wheel.
Yeah, but you
But
can
the wheel is-
discard one and build the other. Yes.
The wheel is a bit more expensive for Arrigo. So maybe if he wants to do it now, it's a good time to do it. How is the poll going? Do you have?
Results.
Oh,
The temple is
The
winning.
temple is
4-1.
winning.
okay. So we
Heavily.
convinced. So I think Arrigo is building the Great Library, and we don't know what tokens he's seeing.
Consider that you're seeing architecture, probably
Oh,
not
okay.
good one,
Not
clearly.
definitely not the one.
The evaluation
Just
jumped.
jump.
What was he looking for? Strategy?
Law, maybe.
Law,
to
maybe.
decide
Strategy,
whether to
law
take
would
the
have
law.
been more
useful.
Yes, law to decide what to do.
But strategy,
else?
law, architecture, that's already that's 3 tokens. Sorry, strategy, law, agriculture.
So he didn't. He passed on one of these 3.
He passed on one of these 3. Maybe law.
Maybe not.
And maybe he considered that like the scientific victory was not really an option at this moment. Which I don't think it's true. I mean, it's a remote option, but it's a threat that Zeus has to counter somehow, and now there's no such threat. Now it's just points, and Zeus is optimistic.
There is also a little bit of a military push that
I mean,
Zeus has.
sorry.
Go ahead.
We're in one of the very few situations in which the pyramids might be somewhat useful. When civil victory is all you have, 9 points, it's 9 points. Like,
Yeah. Potentially at any point during the Third Age, Zeus could just build all the wonders
Yeah.
up to the pyramids. That could very easily be a good move at some point.
yes. It is a lot of points. Like, the Sphinx and the pyramids are not great by themselves, but if civil victory is all that's left, if military and science are not options anymore, then they become very strong. Well, very strong. Strong.
A lot of points.
Yes. I mean, now what can you do with the mausoleum? Like, you can't get 9 points out of it. It's very unlikely.
So now, I mean, Arrigo has a better economy, I think.
It looks like it, but somehow the point lead and all the chain symbols they
The
make
chain
for
symbols are
something.
only relevant in second age. Well, but if
No, there is one for the
There's
Third
one
Age and
for
one
the
for
Third
the
for
Ocult.
the that's
Still, look, it looks like Zeus believes that that thin, slim chance of win. He is absolutely confident that the civil victory is his.
Yeah.
discarding the Somiel probably, and then that leaves another fork for Arrigo. Both cards are good for Zeus,
Yes.
not great for Arrigo. But, I mean, the courthouse is 5 points, yes, but then you increase the military threat, and if you try to counter the military, then 5 points increase the civil lead. Very uncomfortable position to be.
Maybe I can close the poll before we go into the third age. Okay, the 7 votes and the Temple of Artemis is ahead. So Arrigo things are against him right now, even the poll. So now he's facing the fork that Sasha was talking about. So he either has to defend the military threat or regain some points back. Very difficult decision.
He has to make concessions. No, not easy to do. You can build a temple, but maybe the mausoleum, like just cut out that option for Zeus building every wonder and just get 18 points out of that. Really 12 because 3 coins, and then your opponent loses 3 coins. That's another 2 point swing. But then you give up like your only extra turn wonder. It's not ideal. And the mausoleum can't really fetch anything interesting right now. What's
So it's possible that after 5 games, Arrigo is a bit tired.
Oh, yes.
It's certainly a possibility, that a difficulty that Zeus doesn't have.
Yes, I can say that I am tired. Probably Arrigo is also quite tired. Yes. So he goes for the blue card. Probably now Zeus will build the double shield because double shields are very powerful cards in H2.
Now the brickyard, then the brickyard will go, and then 5 points for Zeus probably. I don't see the horse breeders coming. Yeah, but it's probably stronger at this point.
Okay, so double clay for Arrigo. Zeus, yeah, he just
considering building a wonder, but
that's true. He's considering building a wonder. Why?
I mean, maybe it's just better than building the horse breeders, but
no, but I think he wants to build the blue card, right?
He wants to build a blue card. Surely doesn't know if to do it directly or to also build a wonder.
To deny the.
I wouldn't.
No.
Yes, the horse breeder is not a good card.
Oh, yeah, a little bit undecided, but he goes for the blue card, and we are getting into the third and final age of this match.
Decided who to start. A lot of signs flying around, but that's pretty much useless at this point. Only philosophy, maybe like just a small point boost.
No, it's a good
point boost, respectable.
Yeah, indeed. So you can go for the observatory, leave the guild to your opponent, and then take the other green card. That's an option, but at that point, if I were Zeus, I would just go for the wonders and hide the other green card, just collect your 20 points. That's a very, very big swing, and very unlikely that Arrigo can catch up. 30-point difference during the third age, even with a better.
And maybe Arrigo's thinking now to build both wonders.
Yeah, but that doesn't give him much.
No, he has to put.
He also loses priority on a bunch of things if he does.
Yeah.
It's really an uncomfortable position to be in, and I think Zeus is reasonably just think it's winning, and I agree.
Yes.
With that evaluation.
Both players are pretty low on time now. Zeus needs to watch out for the bug.
The way
machines
can be defeated.
Yes, through bugs. There's still the bug, so I will try to watch out for that. Looks like the bug comes up at the beginning of the ages. Lorenzo was looking a little bit into the logs. So a little bit of
Science.
Yes,
Okay.
but in this particular case, Arrigo has started the age, so we should be safe.
Okay, so
okay.
okay, so the bug is so maybe Arrigo had to let
He
Zeus
doesn't.
start.
He didn't know about the triggering condition for the bug.
Yes.
Okay, that was just
Okay.
leaving the points.
He's leaving the.
Maybe that doesn't care much about the Appian way. Right now they can build the Sphinx and the pyramids, and maybe wants to keep priority. Like, doesn't want to give up the choice. Like, I think philosophy is the only option here.
Yeah, definitely philosophy here.
I mean, economy, not bad because everything is expensive for Zeus, but philosophy is just 7 points.
That is true. The economy of Zeus is still quite shaky. So maybe Arrigo is still, I mean, at least thinking that he's in the game. We are.
Arrigo has to build a temple to avoid leaving the Praetorium to Zeus, which, I mean, it's not necessarily like
Is
it could do that. Like, it's not
Yeah.
terrible, but it's not great either.
Now we see the Temple of Artemis, maybe.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Not
have
now.
to.
I mean, the other blue card is also like the blue guild.
The Blue Guild is a good one now.
It's very, very strong at the moment.
Oh, very, very tricky, yes.
It's 8 points straight away, but probably more than that later on. But again, Zeus is confident about the 20 points he can snatch by just building its wonders.
Arrigo is also under 2 minutes now. So time pressure for Arrigo, which makes sense. He's facing a few very difficult decisions in this game, including this one, because he still hasn't used his extra turn in this game, which means that that it's still quite a bit of thinking time that one needs to invest, in my opinion.
Yes, sure. Once you're out of extra turn, it's like much easier like to play well. I mean, it's not easier in the sense like you're under more pressure, but there's not much you can do. Like you have to.
Okay, the Temple of Artemis has arrived on the right-hand side. So probably because the guild is
very good.
Is
Very
just necessary to have a chance. So now Zeus might want to build a wonder for
Points.
Zeus doesn't care. Just goes for points.
He probably has counted the points and feels sort of sure that he's going to win.
Maybe.
Will we see the mausoleum now?
Right. Maybe
it's time.
Maybe it's time to use the red card. Arrigo
Hide
is
the red
under.
card, you get a 4-pointer. I think that's the best you can do.
The red card.
Arrigo is under 1 minute, by the way. It's approaching 30 seconds. So he needs to play the final moves very fast.
Otherwise, we will find out what happens.
Yes, we'll find out what the judges have decided. Okay, so mausoleum. Oh, still okay.
Military, interesting. Town hall.
Mausoleum for the military. Oh, technical issues.
It is
lagging.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. We'll add time. I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
makes sense.
I mean, let's just finish this game.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, exactly. If Arrigo has technical issues, can you just add? I don't know, 1 minute or
yes, of course.
something like that, just to so that
Maybe
2 minutes. Yes.
2 minutes.
So,
okay.
So that Arrigo doesn't feel the pressure of the red red time. We are anyway approaching the end of this final game.
Yeah, this is
Zeus.
+1
Yes,
certainty.
Zeus is going to play probably quite fast at this point. Still has most of the wonders.
yeah.
What's the point situation? It is plus something for Zeus, give or take. Not that much, so it's very close in terms of points. But I mean, Zeus has
Yeah,
massively,
15
Yeah, many points in the
massively better
wonders.
wonders, massively better wonders.
Yeah, they
So,
come.
yes.
And we'll see the pyramids next.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see the pyramids.
Were the gardens really better than this? It's probably relevant, right?
Probably irrelevant. Pyramids.
The pyramids win
count.
again.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I think we know the winner. We have the GG by Arrigo. Let me GG on behalf of Zeus. Wow,
Wow.
that was
What a
very-
comeback!
very,
yeah, I want
very
to come
intense
back
match.
after the start. The start was
Yeah, wow. Hey, Arrigo, welcome back. Well played. I think it was a very difficult match. Can you hear us? Okay, maybe. Hey, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Okay.
fantastic. So, well played. Well played.
Nice game. Yeah, I think the Zeus played really well this one.
Uh-huh.
It's yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this was also a very tense game.
Yeah, balanced start.
Yeah.
So Zeus was feeling a little bit behind after the setup, but not that much. So it was, almost close to equality. Already the first stage was very interesting. I think you spent quite a bit of time on the first
Initial
stage.
setup, yes.
The first pick, yes, the first pick was very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're wondering whether you would pick the lumber or the papyrus, and then you went for the stone. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, maybe. As usual, what I did is probably not the best choice. It's very difficult to evaluate resources at the beginning, and
Yeah.
also the position of the card counts.
Yes, the position is
Yeah.
very relevant.
Yeah, you did that to keep priority on like the tavern, I think, and the clay pool.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to create a hole there to, but yeah, who knows? And I really liked how Zeus played this one because low resources, but he took all blue cards of H1, and that already puts you in a good position in points. So you only need a little bit of resources to not to really starve. And then you have concatenations, you have points, you have the pyramids to give you extra 9 points. Yeah, it was difficult. I was a bit unlucky with the library. There were three
definitely.
awful weekends.
Definitely.
I should have taken mathematics. That would have been 6 more points, but there were math, law, and the one I picked. That's really not what I was looking for.
So okay, so
you didn't pick law.
Question: yes, did you think about law?
Maybe you were judging it a bit better, but I only had one science card. There were 2 visible, but yeah, how can I reach 6? It's difficult. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
It's difficult, yes.
And it's true that even with law, you have very slim chances of like scientific victory.
I was hoping for strategy, of course, and then the 6
agriculture.
6 coins. Agriculture would be nice as well.
Yeah. When we saw your pick, we were probably okay. Then strategy and
that
agriculture
was the point
were probably
where
not
there was a
available.
big jump in the evaluation when architecture came out of the library.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, probably I chose the worst one I had anyway. Because I didn't really use it. I had resources to compensate at the end. So
Yeah, but again, it probably wouldn't have made like much of a difference. Like if that was the choice, then all three of them were pretty bad.
yeah.
Like not having strategy or agriculture, that was important.
So when did the estimation estimate change? Like slowly through the game, or was yeah, you said here.
I would say after you play the Great Library and then Architecture come out. From that moment on,
already.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know. I don't remember now what the evaluation was before, but after that moment, I think Zeus was very confident.
Also, I think the beginning of the second age, when
when
Zeus got the
mortar.
Yeah,
the
my-
second
my
mortar,
only-
That was
that was very important, I think.
It was curious to underline that there was like only one green card in H1. That's pretty unusual.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yes.
That's,
Yeah, that was unfortunate for you, I think.
Yeah.
I think you
when
would have,
Zeus could like get rid of like theology for you immediately. That was another jump indeed.
yeah, sure.
I think you were unlucky with science in the first stage.
Yeah, I have more regrets about the game 4 than here, because surely I could have done better, but I don't know of any specific point where I did a huge mistake. I can remember that.
No, I think you were
No.
just a
From
bit
my
unlucky
point of
with some setups and yeah, and your
And
like
start of
initially-
H3 was also like, I don't know, probably I didn't do the best thing, but
That we really don't know because we can't see the Zeus evaluation like before your pick. I would have been really curious about that.
especially the starting position.
Yeah, in the starting position.
Anyway,
After
yeah.
you picked the stone, it was like slightly advantage for Zeus in its
Oh, so it
sesame,
was really a bad start.
but we don't know if
No, we don't know.
we don't know how it was before like the setup, like right after the setup. So
Okay, yes, you miss.
So we don't know how much it depends on the lay of the cards and how much on your pick.
yeah,
I understand. Yeah. Because you only get that number when it's a Zeus turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I
Yeah,
guess
then
we have
I
some
would be
kind.
curious to know
We
that.
have, we have some way of getting it, but
Yeah,
maybe
it's-
some later analysis.
We can slowly find out. Yes. Maybe
Yeah.
not
now,
not
yeah.
live. Yes.
not live. Yeah. We would need to
Anyway,
play.
nice comeback for Zeus. I
Yes.
enjoyed the games. I have some regrets, but I'm fine. Like, I had fun.
Yeah,
I
think
was
they
able
were
to
all-
play without being too nervous, and I enjoyed it.
No, that's great. I think I think you played great.
Yeah, like some games like, again, game 4. Like,
Game 4
great.
was super. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, game 4, that's that bad pick in H1 that, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but I think second aging in 4 was super interesting.
Yes.
Like again, it was a very tough position for you, but I think both you and the AI made some plays that left us like really baffled. Like, wow, this is really high level play. Like,
Okay, thanks.
absolutely.
Yeah, I would say it was a pretty close match.
Yeah,
Yes.
in the end.
Yes.
could have gone either way.
Yeah, definitely. And I think all our
Forecasts
were wrong.
Forecasts were wrong.
I think we had the one forecast which was 3-0 for either player without specifying which player. Another forecast was
Every time the first player wins.
The first player always will win each game. That was also incorrect. And my forecast was a close win for you, 3-2 for you, which was close to correct. I was still in the game.
3-2 was the least voted option in our poll.
It was
Oh, yeah,
the least voted option
right.
in our poll.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have the poll on YouTube.
We should have run some bets.
Yes. Yes. That was
Kidding,
3-2.
kidding.
Yes. 15%.
Anyway, am I right? Like, Zeus won all 3 games, like, by points? Civil victories?
Yes.
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 Yeah, that's good, even when they could have tried. it could have tried something different. Like, I think it's very solid, like to attack a bit on war, maybe have some science cards, but then most games, if you're in a good position, you should win.
I think that the point is that, like, if you have an advantage either on science or military, then there's like good chances you can capitalize on it, but like not certainty. While skill points like are a more solid way to win. So you use that advantage like to force your opponent to like make some uncomfortable plays, and then you capitalize on points instead.
Yeah, exactly. I was already suspecting this, but seeing that your AI plays like that, yes, doesn't surprise me, but it's also at the same time it's interesting. I really like this last third game. What Zeus did, like points, blue cards in H1, then some war in H2 because that was good. I think more points. That's good.
So we have an interesting question in the chat, which we can answer, I would say. The question is, what does Zeus think about being first player? Can it evaluate that without looking at the wonders? I think we can give away the current estimate.
So Zeus, like when in self-play, Zeus wins like roughly 2/3 of the games when it's first player. So that gives an estimate of the position. Like it's point plus point. How much is that? Plus 0.66. No, that's wrong.
No.
Anyway,
whatever.
Two
chances out of 3.
Two games out of 3 winning as first player. Yes.
But that's a huge advantage.
Yes,
it is a huge advantage.
It's plus 32,
Yes.
33, whatever. That.
So yeah, this is let's call it a preliminary giveaway. We would definitely want to gather more data before publishing any definite result. But yeah, it really looks like the first player has a big advantage.
Yeah. Nick will probably try to do some analysis on how to counter that, like.
There is a post on the BGA forum with some stats of human players, and of course they show a first player advantage, but I think not nearly that big. But that's probably because an AI can really capitalize better this advantage, and it keeps growing during the match.
It's unclear how these posts they actually gather the stats. I remember around the time we started this project, which is already a long time ago, that I saw posts with stats that put the Temple of Artemis as the worst wonder. So I have a very low. I'm not very convinced about.
Okay, chat is saying 58% win for the first player in human games on the board game arena. Yeah, I think it makes sense. By the way, speaking of Temple of Artemis, one of the polls we ran was which wonder do you prefer between Temple of Artemis and Piraeus? We gave away that ZeusAI generally prefers the Temple of Artemis, but I know that you maybe have a different opinion, Arrigo. I don't know if you want to, if you still have enough energy to talk about it.
That's a tough question. It's like normally my style was usually when in those games where you can choose. It's not so common, but it happens. I normally used to pick Piraeus, but let's see. Maybe I have to change my style. I think I already changed that in some games. It's I see the importance of having a lot of money. I think there was, in most situations, through these games, we could see that Zeus had some good money reserve. That gives a lot of flexibility, and Artemis, it's good for that.
It seems it has a very accurate game on the civil victory. Every time I was always astounded by how soon in the game it decided that the civil game was his.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
You remember in game 3, I think, when he picked like the 7-pointer instead of the green card, it was like, okay. It was not
I was
expecting
wondering
that.
whether it would do it or not. It wasn't so clear to me that with that pick, civil victory was basically sure. So
Yeah, it wasn't
Of
clear
course.
to me
maybe
either.
maybe in a turn-based game, counting, it's very difficult to count points anyway. But yeah, we saw that was definitely the right choice.
Yeah, and speaking of turn-based games, in the future we could explore other formats for. I mean, we could do other matches like this. I think this was, I would call it a
Fun.
success. It
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
We could also explore other formats. Maybe turn-based is too slow, but I was also thinking more than one human player. Multiple good players thinking together with more time available. I think that would be, it would be much
Yeah.
slower,
Nice.
much longer games, but I think it would be an interesting format. We could even have, different teams of humans so that some humans can rest while the other
Like, maybe
24
that's
hours
something.
tournament. Wonders Duel. Okay, just throwing ideas. We have a question in the chat about pitching first player with an artificial disadvantage against the second player. If I read it
No, I
correctly.
don't think it's.
No, it's not that.
Okay, sorry.
It's just.
The
Yeah.
answer is
Ah,
yes.
okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
I guess the answer is
Yes.
yes. But
Yeah. In a
So
way. No, go ahead, Rigo.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not sure I got it. The question was if there
No,
could be some compensation for the second player that would balance the game.
That's what I thought.
That's not the question.
what I
No,
thought.
no, the question is just okay. If you add some like probability that Zeus moves randomly, then how the chances of like an AI without this disadvantage winning against one with this disadvantage vary like with this probability? But
nothing.
I don't
No, the matter of compensation for the second player is clearly something to
address.
explore. Yes. You could easily think of a compensation like in coins, like varying the starting amount of coins.
Yeah, it is something that we were thinking about. We could now potentially explore possible ways to compensate. We are also thinking about possibly changing how the Wonder draft works. I think on the BGA forums maybe there are already some proposals about that.
I think we all agree that having two extra turn Wonder advantage is like huge advantage. So.
Yeah, so the follow-up to the previous question, that would give an indication of whether it matters what you do. I think based on what I saw, it matters a ton what you do. I think a few random moves in H1 would pretty much destroy, at least in some of these games. Maybe not, if the setup is enormously in favor of one player, but otherwise, two very bad moves in H1, I think pretty much destroy the game. This is my feeling. And we have more, creating a better H1 card setup would be nice. Yes, that's something we were also thinking.
Would be more difficult to explore.
More difficult to explore, yes.
Yes. And we have, I guess, an opinion against just coin compensation. Yeah, I think changing the Wonder draft so that the second player cannot be that much at Wonder disadvantage could be maybe a way to go.
Yeah, that would be an easy fix. Like, I guess second player chooses who starts to draft or what's
Yep, exactly.
something like that.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I also thought sometimes about how to change the setup to make the game more balanced, but yeah, no, I don't know. I've never really tested this thing, so I have no idea.
Snake draft of 8 wonders. Yeah, that's the thing that avoids the 3-1
Yeah,
further.
the 3-1 is a really bad combination.
So snake draft would be you just have all 8 wonders, and
I think so.
the first player picks one, then second player picks two. I what I don't like is that it doesn't let the second player have 2 extra turn advantage, which is an interesting type of game. If the second player has 3 against 1 extra turns, it can make for very interesting games. So I wouldn't want to give up on that.
Yeah, that's what happened in the first game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe having second player pick who starts the first draft.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the
Maybe
one of the cleanest things to try out. Yep. Cool.
Okay. Well, I think if there are no more discussions,
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired. And
yeah,
Get some
well-deserved rest.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, huge thanks, Arrigo, for agreeing to this. You didn't really know what you were agreeing to. I tricked you into it by adding more and more details.
yeah, I noticed that actually.
It was, do you want to play a few games against an AI? And then, it turned out that there was a live streaming. Then it turned out that I was printing flyers to advertise. And, no, really. I mean, huge thanks. I think you're one of the most important players in the community. Not just because you're strong, but you're very active. A lot of people respect you. So it was great to have you as our opponent in this in this first match. It's really nice.
Yeah, well then, thank you. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really curious to watch.
Oh, yes.
the games
Of course.
from
Yes.
Zeus' perspective, but not today. Maybe also,
Yes.
maybe not tomorrow. I mean, so
Yes.
will be a pretty long watch.
Yes.
Indeed.
But then, really, congratulations, because I don't know. From my point of view, it's really extremely high-level games. I regret some moves, but at the same time, yeah, I can't play perfectly with 15 minutes time, and
Definitely. Yep.
an AI can get really, really close to that. So it's fun to watch, and to also to get better, to learn in some positions what the AI suggests. Like it would be a lot of fun to see how this number of estimate of wins drops when I do a mistake, and this kind of things, when some card flip is lucky or unlucky.
Yeah, my advice is do not take it as take it with a grain of salt.
yeah, of course,
but yeah,
I mean,
it's a good indication, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what they do in chess, right? They use computers to analyze positions, but they also have like a team of like human experts, like discussing that, like what's the idea behind a move and so on. I think it might help, like,
And yeah, to
analyzing a game with the computer, like to improve our own game.
Yeah.
to answer a question from chat, do you evaluate certain cards and wonders differently because you saw Zeus prioritize them? Well, absolutely yes. For example, the statue of Zeus.
Yes.
This is a wonder that I never liked, and I always scored it maybe third from last after the pyramids and the colossus in my back then personal ranking, and this was right from the start one of the favorites of the AI.
Yeah.
But then we saw that humans, also, like strong humans, also like the statue.
Yeah, no, it's nice that
So-
actually, you know, the strong players thought the same independently. Yeah, so it's nice that the things coincide. Also, I guess the tavern is massively, you know, the best card in the first stage, in the opinion of Zeus. I don't know.
I agreed with that even before. But
Yeah. Me too.
But then maybe I overvalued like the other yellow cards in the first stage.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
this is
something like.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult to evaluate them, but I think that many players overvalue them a bit. Like that's it's been a long time that I've been thinking, so I've started preferring pretty often brown resources to the yellow ones, and most people just go blindly on the yellow ones if they have enough money. But I think that minus that cost of 3, and then really it is expensive. You can pay for those decisions in the near future, and it's not so clear. Depends on the cards, but a true resource is like at least you have you build for free later at least one. And only having yellows, it means you have to pay a lot for your cards and your wonders.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there was also a meme in the Italian Telegram group where if a player with brown cards meets a player with yellow cards, the player with yellow cards is a dead player.
Yeah, I think I wrote that.
I think yes. So I think you already knew most of the main takeaways that
I
we
think
kind
there's
of
anything shocking. Like it's all stuff that maybe we didn't know, but then with some research found out that strong players already agreed on that. So
yeah, but then being constantly extremely precise is then you can know the theory, but then every single situation is a bit different. So that's why I think that at the end, I know that a machine, if it's well trained like that, and maybe in the future it will get even stronger. Is it, or how? What do you think about it?
It is resting right now. It's not playing, but potentially. I think we at this point we kind of need also some new ideas if we want it to get better. It is improving through self play, but now it's not improving much anymore. It kind of stabilized.
Okay, I see.
So I stopped using energy for the time being. I guess in the past few days, even weeks, we were mostly focused on making the technical stuff work. The interface with Board Game Arena, and Lorenzo did a ton of work on that. So yeah, thanks a lot to Lorenzo for making the interface work.
Yeah, sorry for not participating too much in the commentary, but I was double checking everything.
Yes, Lorenzo was.
Thanks.
Yes, also fixing some small issues that we had with Zeus, thinking about past game states. Yeah, but no, I think overall things went reasonably smooth. So
yeah, you did a great work. It was very smooth. Also, this constant messages about the remaining time was useful because like that I didn't have to go to the other page all the time. It was useful as well. So I think I'm leaving.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay,
again.
okay. Thank you. Thanks.
See you again in the future.
Yeah. I'm curious now to watch next event. I will be in the audience, I hope.
If we don't trick
I'm
you
eager
again.
to
Yes.
watch some more Zeus AI play.
Nice. Great. Let us also thank the audience.
Yes.
We had quite a few spectators.
Yeah.
Some of them are still watching
here.
us.
At this time.
Or maybe they're sleeping.
Yes, they left the
Computer
live
open,
stream. Okay, we are grateful for that as well. Okay. Any final words from anyone?
No?
So
See
just
you next
thank you
time.
for
Thank you.
participating, and yeah, see you next time.
Bye bye.
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 See you.
See you.